Oh my, that lighting is awful. You guys think that lighting is awful? Oh man, that lighting is terrible. Yuck. Who's in charge of the lighting around here? Whew. Well, welcome everyone. We are back with another mapping extravaganza. An incredibly exciting day to be alive, if I do say so myself. So today, a couple of things that we've got going for us. Let's see if that thing works. Hopefully it does. I've got my beverages with me. These that we already want to take a look at today. In addition to that, we need to get started in maps. So this character has not died yet. Ever. Yeah, both of those things are true. This character has not died ever. Exciting day to be alive. That's a true statement, right? It is a true statement to say this character has never died ever, right? Look at this. I can type in deaths. You've died 0 times. That's what I'm talking about. That's called progress in hardcore solo self-found. Well, what is up, YouTube? Hopefully, you guys are here today for another wonderful, exciting, spectacular day as we take a look at memes, as we take a look at POBs, and as we try to tackle some maps in hardcore solo self-found. I have never done a single map in hardcore solo self-found. My first map boss that we killed today will be the first time that I've ever progressed an Atlas in hardcore solo self-found. And maybe, you know, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't be able to kill a boss. Maybe I'll die on my way there. Maybe I'll talk to Kirak and we'll die inside Orient Square. Okay, I gotta get myself in my hardcore solo self-found mindset. So I woke up really early this morning. I don't know if you guys did or not, but I woke up really early this morning for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Woke up super early, and I signed on to Standard and started messing around with some stuff on Standard. And so my concept of playing PoE at the moment is messing around with a Marauder that's got 20,000 energy shield and 2,600 strength. So totally disproportionate to what we have here in solo self-found. So let me bring you guys up to speed. We are a level 70 Scion Summoner. We've got 291 int, 324 strength, 115 dex. Our itemization is a bit janky, but we've got a 5-link. So we are using cast while channeling support with Bone Offering and Cyclone. Then in our helmet, we are using a 4-link with Blood Magic, Raise Spectre, Meat Shield, and then a Decoy Totem, so that way we can constantly spam the Decoy Totem. And let's be honest, Decoy Totem was actually the star. If you tuned in at all last week to watch the live stream, then you know how much we relied on Decoy Totem to make this whole thing work. Hey, what is up? Crypto Knight, howdy to you. Hopefully your week is starting off well. Hopefully your week is going to start off better than ripping a character in hardcore solo self-found. We'll see. We'll see if we can make that happen today. So that's our 4-link in our helm. Over in our shield, this is a magnificent shield. Look at this shield. The shield's got 41 fire resistance, 22 lightning, and 64 maximum life. It's also, of course, got an implicit 28 roll on its life. It's got 490 armor. This is where we've got our Carrion Golem and Maim support socketed. I see so many new players who are playing summoners, particularly players who are coming out of that 3.9 patch cycle who are playing summoners and watching summoner guides, and they just socket their summon Carrion Golem anywhere. If you summon it with Maim, it really helps if you're using physical damage as a source for, let's say, your zombies, or let's say you're using specters that are physical damage. If you attach Maim to your Carrion Golem, they actually have a chance to maim. And then if they maim a target, then that target is maimed, right? That's a status effect of the target. So that applies to anything else that's hitting it with physical damage. So that's quite good. Then we're also using Dread Banner, which of course you and nearby allies have 15% increased impale effect. You and nearby allies have 20% chance to impale enemies on hit with attacks. So we are in fact using zombies as our main link. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. We are using, where are they? Raise Zombie with Feeding Frenzy. This is off of a lot of suggestions that you guys actually made, was to use Feeding Frenzy as the go-to quality of life zombie thing to do. And I gotta tell you, I was skeptical. I was skeptical about using Feeding Frenzy at all for support on our zombies. I thought that the added range of making your zombies aggressive was not worth it in comparison to losing a damage support gem, like a true damage support gem, right? I just didn't think it would be worth it. And the reality is our damage is fine so far through the 10-act story campaign. But it's been nice to be a bit more distant in between me and my target and let my zombies still go and do their thing. That has been nice. So in addition to Feeding Frenzy, we're using Multi-Strike as well as melee physical damage, which is giving us 45% more melee physical damage, and then Brutality on our zombies. That is our 5-link. This 5-link chess piece, by the way, pretty good. 58 life, 13 intelligence, 12 strength. Not that great armor, only 399 armor, but then it also gives us some lightning resistance and some max mana. Over in our boots, we've got the Mind Trick Goliath Greaves with, 35 life, but then it's got triple resistance. Look at this. Fire resistance, lightning resistance, and chaos resistance. And it's got it just naturally rolled movement speed on it. So, pretty dang good for boots in SSF. This is my monster of a belt. I think I would use this on a regular character, let alone an SSF character. It's just a lot of life and a lot of strength on there, along with, of course, lightning resistance. And then in our gloves, we've got 78 to maximum life and a bit of armor, and then some crafted fire and cold resistance. So that's what we're looking at. The passive tree that we're looking at this point in time. Hey, welcome, James Moray. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon to you. The passive tree that we're looking at right now started off through here, through the Scion regen wheel. Then we came down into the Scion life wheel. I've actually been slowly pulling points away from the Scion life wheel in order to extend my tree further. We came up, we grabbed Death Attunement, we grabbed Lord of the Dead. We are a primarily block build. That is primarily what we are relying on for defenses. So we come up and we grab Mystic Bulwark. We also come over and grab Arcane Guarding. Ideally, we want to eventually have an Energy Shield shield. We came over and grabbed Cruel Preparation. And we came down and grabbed Sacrifice along with Spiritual Command. Came all the way down into the Grave Pact wheel. And came all the way down into the Sanctuary wheel in order to give us more block chance. Came up through Devotion. Came over and grabbed Faith and Steel. Came over and grabbed Spiritual Aid for some more minion damage. And then we've been working our way down ever since to grab Barbarism, Juggernaut, Bloodless, and that's right, we are one level away from grabbing Soul of Steel, which as soon as I ding this level, we are about to have. So that's where we're at. I should see if I have missed... Have I missed anything? Nope. We're 24 passives from the skill quest and 69 from our character level. 69. So that's where we're at right now. So we need to go up to the Templar Laboratory to start the endgame quest. And go get some maps. Which is fun. What do you guys think of this endgame quest, by the way, that they've added this in with Kirak with 3.9? Do you guys like this, that you have to do this now? Or did you guys like the old way of finding the Atlas through Zana? It's definitely different. I'll say that. It's definitely different. Also, this new map device that's like super duper massive, I don't know. It's kind of a pain. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Okay, there's Kirak. By the muscular golden arse of innocence, what was that? Alright, so now we have to go to the Fallen Courts. And I also need to summon up my zombies and summon up my specters. Those are probably two good things for me to do since I'm a summoner. What if I didn't do that? What if I totally forgot to summon up my army and just, yeah, I'm a regular character. Oh, man. I feel like that is something I would do. Unironically. Alright, let's, where's my Desecrate? Did I take Desecrate out? That's right, it's in my weapon swap. Okay. So in my weapon swap, let's Desecrate. And I don't have any of my summoners. No, I don't. Why didn't my specters persist? Does that mean, I think that means that my specters all died. I'm fairly certain that's what that means. That my specters all died when I was fighting Kitava. I would have to go back and watch the video if all of my specters died while fighting Kitava. Hey, what's up? Welcome, Scott. Welcome, welcome. How are you today? Scott says, I don't mind the added quest at the end. It linked to the end game story-wise. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. It gives you a sense of completion after you kill Kitava to like, hey, there's still a quest here. There's still something going on. And at first that wasn't really that present, right? It was just like, hey, go find Zana. Go run maps. Like there wasn't much connecting you to the rest of that story. All right, let's go find some chieftains. Is that a chieftain? That's one of them. Is that another chieftain? That's two of them. All right, so far so good. Yeah, in my lore video that I'm working on, I'm arguing that, you know, the story, the lore of PoE is actually not what it is that draws us to PoE. I don't think that should shock anybody. Is it Northern Forest? No, it's Act 6. It's the Southern Forest. There we go. Scott, you're doing well. That's good. How am I today? I'm doing pretty good today. Pretty good today. The family and I decided over the last week, we've been talking about it, for some silly odd reason, I woke up a couple of weekends ago, and I was like, you know what? We should get another dog. So we decided, finally, ultimately, on a breed, and we are... Tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the day when we will have our new puppy in home. So he's going to be a 14-week-old. There's a whole bunch of dogs, I guess, according to Mrs. Draconis. There's a whole bunch of different dogs that were scheduled to go out, like for sale for a whole bunch of different folks. But because of the quarantine region, or the quarantine in our region, a lot of those puppies that would have normally gone out at week 8 were held by their owners. And they weren't actually exchanged or sold to anybody. And so a lot of those puppies have just been growing up with families hoping that somebody eventually would come for them. So that's going to be the puppy that we're getting. He's going to be 14 weeks old. I think he's 14 weeks old either today or tomorrow. And we'll be getting a new dog. So that's exciting. So the better part of this morning was spent getting the house ready and getting different parts of the house ready for our newest addition, which we just must be an insane family, right? We've got a new kid that's on the way, and we decided, hey, let's get a new dog as well. But you know, newest baby isn't for a while, right? Newest baby isn't until the end of July, so we got a ways to go to train this pup and to get him used to things around the Draconis household. Yeah, new dog and new boy. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of shenanigans. A lot of shenanigans. Mrs. Draconis' big push, I was kind of in the camp, hey, maybe we should wait a little bit, maybe we should see. Mrs. Draconis is actually the one who really, really pushed for this new pup. Her argument was, and I thought it was a pretty compelling argument, we need to get the dog before the baby comes, because once the baby comes, there's going to be no new dog for at least a year probably, because we won't just have the time to dedicate to the dog, to train the dog for a couple of weeks, right? So her argument was, now is the time when we've got the extra time as a family to be spending together, to be loving on a dog and training a dog. So that's the plan. There we go. We just got Soul of Steel, so that puts us up to 54% estimated physical damage reduction. Man, that feels good. And 77 fire resistance, 76% cold, and 76% lightning resistance. That feels good. All right, now we got to go to the Haunted Reliquary, right? I think that's where. Yeah, so our first dog that we have, he's still with us. He's still alive and healthy. His name is Wallace. He's a good dog. And he is a mix between a poodle and a schnauzer. So our old dog, who is going on a decade plus, he's like this big, and our new dog is going to be an Australian Shepherd mix, so like 30 or 40 pounds. So, really leaning on that boy and his dog trope? Yeah, we are. That's pretty much what we're leaning heavily on. All right, let's go open the key, and away we go. Watch this animation. This door opening is actually pretty cool when it opens. Do I have to turn both keys at the same time? Open sesame. There we go. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. It's very, very rare in PoE that we get much animations for anything. For like inanimate objects, right? A lot of the time it's monsters, it's bosses. It's very, very clearly telegraphed. That's the way to put it. Very clearly telegraphed. Hey, this is a thing that's going to move and it's going to try to hurt you. So it's pretty cool to be in here with like these automated doors. I guess you could say Alva's Temple has got some automated doors, right? That's some quality of life there. But oftentimes inanimate objects in Ray class, like we don't have, what are they called in Dungeons & Dragons? We don't have mimics, right? We don't have mimics in Ray class. So it's kind of interesting. All right, now we need to go meet Kirak in our hideout. And then away we will go. Into maps. Which I think we actually had some maps drop for us relatively early on. So dare I say that we actually have a little bit of a pool of maps. I think I can put the pieces together by following the plans we found. Careful now. This should either work perfectly or explode. Based on what we've seen, it might do both. Alright, the device seems stable. Though I've no inkling where its portals may lead. My instinct as a tracker usually gives me some sense of direction. But I just feel lightheaded when I think about it. Yeah, you and me both, man. I feel lightheaded when I think about all the maps that could potentially kill me here. in Hardcore Solo Self-Found. Alright, let's ID this. And away we go. Hey, what's up, Nicholas? Welcome, welcome. It's good to have you here today. It is going well. Me and the family are getting ready for the puppy, the new puppy that we're going to go pick up tomorrow. I have no idea what time it is that the groomer is going to be ready for us tomorrow. But I'm very, very excited for our newest addition to our family. And then, of course, our son whenever he arrives, which should be late July, is when our newest member of our family will arrive. So how many maps are going to go before you think I'm going to die? Like, do you guys have a tier that you think I'm going to die in? I remember last week a couple of people said, like, a tier 5 map. Some people had said Uber Lab. Some people had said we're probably going to lose this character in Uber Lab. I'm open to your suggestions and predictions, though. Wait, is this is the one that I actually want to level up one more? There we go. Okay, my Molten Shell is now actually on a cast when damage taken setup. So that's quite nice. Beach, wharf, look at this. We're just getting all kinds of maps to drop here. This is great. Alright, so the awkwardness of our setup is still here because we're using the Cyclone, Castwell Channeling, Bone Offering on a 3-link. I don't think I actually showed this at the beginning of the stream today as well. Just look at the block chance that we have. We have 6960 with Bone Offering up. That's pretty good as a layer of defense. Like, just don't get hit, right? And I'm already going to build a relatively large health pool. It's going to take us a long time if we do want to transition over into Chaos Inoculation. It's going to take us a long time to do that. But the awkwardness of the build comes in that I'm trying to save up enough chromatics to put my Cyclone on a 5-link, so that way Fortify can go with Desecrate and Spirit Offering, along with Castwell Channeling and Cyclone. That's the goal. And then I would transition my main damage, the zombies, onto a 4-link. And at that point, the link that I would probably drop would probably be Feeding Frenzy. That's probably the one that I would drop. But we'll see. What breed of dog? What breed of dog? The breed of dog that we're getting is a mix of Australian Shepherd, I believe, is what Mrs. Draconis has told me. A mix of Australian Shepherd. Of course, we already do have one dog in the family. He is a mix between a poodle and a schnauzer. So he's either a schnoodle or a poozer, depending on how he's feeling and which end it's coming out of, whether he's barking or not. But we've got a very, very small dog, a very, very small dog, and he's 10 years plus old. Our small dog. I mean, he weighs, when he's heavy, he weighs 12 pounds. Like, that's when he's heavy. So our small dog is a small dog. This Australian Shepherd mix, I guess, is already like maybe 15 pounds at 14 weeks and is going to grow to be between 40 to 50 pounds. So the new dog is going to be big. New dog is going to be very, very big in comparison to what we've had. But all the kids are excited. My oldest, she's of course absolutely thrilled. And it's going to mean a lot more responsibility for her, but hey, that's what life is about. Gathering responsibility and getting passive points as you go along the way, right? Grabbing those important key nodes. What's funny is that she is actually, when she was 5, she's 9 now, or she's 8 now, she's going to be 9. When she was 4 or 5, I was already playing Path of Exile with her. I actually have a really old video clip of her taking down Malachi when I had a hardcore either witch or maybe it was a righteous fire guy. I forget. That was when I was mostly playing hardcore, but I had a guy on standard that I let her play around with. Alright, so I am playing a summoner, which summoners are notoriously bad at completing legions. So I'm not expecting like anything from this. Can I get 1 or 2 rare guys to pop out? There's 2. Man, this is just awful. My damage is atrocious. I'm probably going to die to these guys too, right? I'm actually out of flasks. Watch the red wave of death. Yikes. Alright, hit this guy. Those guys going... Okay, we got 1 Timeless Vol Splinter. Oh yeah, I also swapped over my item filter this morning when I was messing around on standard. So I probably should update that. There we go. Look at this. Look at all this stuff now. I was like, why isn't anything dropping? Well, you got way too good of a loot filter on. As I'm messing around on my level 93 Marauder with 20k energy shield. Yeah, that was this morning. Woke up way too early this morning. Chip says, I have a 100-pound Akita. Australian Shepherds are very cute. There you go. Well, that sounds pretty cool. Chip, does your Akita have to go on long walks? Like, do you go on short bursts of walk, long walks? Are walks actually bad for your dog breed? Apparently, some dogs actually don't want to go on walks. It's actually worse for them to go on extended walks and hikes. This is all pretty new to me. I did not grow up with a dog. I grew up with snakes and frogs but no dogs. That sounds like the start of a country song, doesn't it? My name is G3 Iron, and I grew up with snakes and frogs. I didn't have a farm, and I didn't have a farm dog. Yeah, there you go. This is why they don't let me near the karaoke mic. 100-pound dog, man. I mean, that's basically, at that point, that's basically a predator of mass destruction, right? 100 pounds? Like, when your pup comes up to you and jumps on you, like, that's, oof. That's a tackle, right? Or you gotta teach a 100-pound dog that they're not allowed to jump, right? I don't know. These are all important questions. These are all very important questions that I better have answers to in between, like, now and tomorrow. Chip says, I used to take her on long walks, but she is 10, so pretty old. Now I only take her down to the corner and back. That's fair. Watch out, that guy's gonna blow up corpses. Ah! Those things kill us too. Those things just drain your life. Oh man, we lost a bunch of zombos there. 3 zombies were lost there? What, Chip? Yeah, I remember once she jumped up and caught a bird out of the air. That's, I mean, that's an amazing feat. Or I guess I should say amazing pause. But yeah, that's pretty amazing. All right, we're gonna pop this this breach. This breach might kill us. You never know. It's a Tull breach. Yeah, it's probably gonna kill us. Is this where we just rip and we start looking at POBs already? What if Tull himself actually showed up? I would die. That's what would happen. Okay, a lot of these guys are not going to... Hey, zombies? You guys want to do some damage over here, fellas? Anytime. Anytime, fellas. Ha! Oh my goodness. Alright, come on over here. Like, they did next to nothing there. Also, didn't really have much drop. Had a splinter, a tall drop. Had a blacksmith's drop. I think the next character I'm going to play is going to be melee. For hardcore solo self-found, I think. What do you guys think? Would you guys want to see a melee character in hardcore solo self-found? Or would you want to see like a true caster? I think I've actually got some decent stuff for Spark. Got a couple of uniques that I know I've used before on Spark builds. Gotta go through the gauntlet. Oh goodness. What if I die to those traps? Embarrassing! Alright, we got a haunted mansion. Nice. There's still more than 50 monsters. I think we haven't done, yeah, we haven't done this bridge walkway over here. Let's come on over here. See what we got here. What's the XP like? 113? Ho-hum. That's okay, I guess. I actually don't have a burning flask. Okay, 0 monsters remain. That is sufficiently cleared. Chip says, I've never played SSF or hardcore before. How long did it take you to get to maps? So it's a bit of a trick question, Chip, because all last week we streamed the progress on this character. This character, I have played it this amount of minutes, 0 minutes, without me streaming. So the entire life cycle of this character has been caught on camera, as it were, for the benefit of anybody that says, "Hey, I've never played SSF," or "Hey, how do you actually level up a character? How do you grow a character, etc." So all of this character is on stream and is on videos if anybody wants to go back and watch them. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, where the hell did I put my map tab? There we go. And then the third thing is, I think in terms of time, we streamed for about 3 to 4 hours every day last week. But every single act that we beat, we took probably a 30 to an hour minute break, taking a look at POBs. So if I look at played, it says we've been online for 19 hours, 47 minutes, and 58 seconds. But again, that's all stream time, and a lot of the time that's up while we've got POB up in the background. So give or take some hours there. I would probably say about 15 hours is what it took us in terms of gameplay. Between 14 to 15. Well, if we took a half-hour break every single act, it's at least 5 hours off of that. Because we were helping people with POBs, and oftentimes we were helping with multiple POBs. We also completed all 3 of our ascendancies while we were going through. So I would say probably somewhere between 12 to 15 hours of gameplay. That's what I'm going to say. Between 12 to 15. Toto says, I always play melee, so a melee build would be great. Nice. Welcome, welcome. Your melee suggestions are welcome. When this character dies, let me know what you guys want us to play next. Chip says, oh, I see, that's a nice resource. I'll check out your older streams. Yeah, it's one of the things that I really like about YouTube, is that as soon as we're done on here, if somebody's missed something, like there's already a VOD that's ready, and those are stored and kept, to my knowledge, forever. Like those are like YouTube videos. You can just go back and rewatch from years ago if you want to see somebody playing it. So I think that's pretty neat. Skepsis, welcome, welcome. You've been lurking elsewhere? All right, well, we're glad to have you here today. Maybe what we should do, I'm trying to come up with like a new system of when we can look at people's POBs, because that was working out pretty well last week, where we were looking at POBs as we progressed through each act. And obviously we're done progressing through the acts, so I wonder how we should split that up in maps. I'm open to suggestions. We could also just start to do things as like, hey, we're just going to do a POB stream today, or hey, we're just going to do a mapping stream today. I'm open to that as a suggestion. I'm not married to anything as a format. I'm just married to my wife. That's the only thing I'm married to. So whatever we all think is a good idea, we can move forward with that. One suggestion would be like, hey, every tier of maps, like once we complete a tier of map, so like once we finish all of our tier 1 maps and we go look at POBs, That would be one version or one suggestion. What is on here? Enemies have increased area of effect. They are just shrekking my zombie. Look at this. My zombies are just going down left and right. What is the deal here? Is this because I don't have enough elemental resistance on my zombos? Maybe I need to spend a couple passive points on that inner wheel near the Scion starting location. You guys know what I'm talking about? Over here? Where is it? Yeah, Indomitable Army. Maybe I need to go over there and pick that up. Toto says, Molten Strike Jug, perhaps? Should be quite hardcore friendly. Yeah, Molten Strike is very good. Funny you should say that. One of our builds coming up, one of our featured build discussions is actually going to be on a Juggernaut. So funny you should say that. Oh, spoilers. Spoilers! It's pretty fun. I was actually just working on the thumbnail and the editing on that video today. It was pretty fun. Pretty fun side project. I have played both Molten Strike as a life-based as well as a energy shield-based character. I've played both. So both of those would be fun. Man, something is just... It's got to be the elemental damage that's just shrekking through these zombies. Then again, maybe now that we're to maps, we just completely change our setup. Maybe we no longer go Summoner. Maybe we just straight up go, you know what? We're just going to use Bone Offering to cap out our block chance. And then we're going to go play like a Cyclone Boy. A 5-link Cyclone Boy. Right? That would actually be kind of funny. I mean, we could do it. Damage would be pretty terrible, but we could do it. Lucas says, after each Conqueror? That's going to be a really long time, though, Lucas. Especially in SSF. Like, in SSF to progress after each Conqueror? I don't know. I feel like that would be a very, very long... Like, we might not even have one POB per stream then. Like, to get each Conqueror procced and spawned and fought? I don't know, man. I'm going to be pretty scared of the Conquerors in hardcore SSF. I don't see how I could not be scared of them. Like, look at this. My zombies are dying in tier 1 maps. Like, this is a problem. I mean, I'm not dying. Yet. I'm not taunting the game. I'm just saying, I haven't died yet. Alright, anything else that we want to do up in here? Oh yeah, I need to summon some more zombies. Are there any more corpses around for me to grab? Corpses! Here, boy! Here, corpses! Should we name our new dog Corpses? Is that what we... No, I think that would be atrocious. That would be just cruel and unusual. Be walking around your neighborhood. Corpses! Come here! Come here, corpses! Your neighbors come over, your friends come over for a nice dinner evening. Oh, hello and welcome home. This is our newest dog, Corpses. I think that would be a no-go. Chip says, Cyclone is so great, I would marry it if I could. Yeah. Alright, here's our dump tab. We're just dumping stuff in here. We've got 2 laboratory maps. How do you guys pronounce this? You guys always make fun of how I pronounce things. Is this laboratory maps? Laboratory maps or laboratory maps? Do you guys place the emphasis on the lab or the laboratory? Laboratory? Laboratory. Laboratory? Do you cut out the O entirely? Oh, look at this. We've got a couple of tier 2 maps. Okay, let's go do this beach. And we've got 7 zombies. All right, away we go. Man, look at what a blank atlas looks like. Kind of forgot what a blank atlas looks like. Especially because during League start, like as everybody's rushing to complete Atlases, you're like jumping to different guildmates' hideouts during Trade League, getting completions here and there, giving different completions to other people as well. You just call it the lab map? Joyful Wander says he just calls it the lab map. That's fair. Although that might be confusing with like the labyrinth, right? If you just said, hey, I've got a lab to do. I've got a lab map to do. I guess you could specify it that way. Maybe I should do a bunch of beach farming with Delirium. See how my guys do with Delirium in maps. I don't know. If the zombies are already dying, that kind of makes me nervous. Let's do that. Increase minion life. And then, yeah, let's do that. That's what? 3 passive points? I mean, what else am I going to spend my passives on right now? Was there anything else that I was going to spend them on? I guess coming in and grabbing jewel sockets. That was going to be the next thing I was going to do. But I don't have jewels yet to really grab, so let's complete this beach map first before we touch the mirror and start trying to farm stuff. Because the mirror could just straight up kill us. With the way how performance works on my end, sometimes my computer lags out when I'm interacting with the mirror. So I'd rather not have that happen. Chip says, I say laboratory. I'm from the West Coast. I don't know if it's a regional thing. That's fair. Oh, look! A lab trial. Speaking of lab, a lab trial. Trial of Stinging Doubt. Am I going to die there? Maybe I'll die inside the trial of Stinging Doubt. I might. I kind of don't want to do it. Kind of just want to go kill this boss. But it is a lab trial. What am I even going to do with my Uber? Didn't I say what I'm doing with my Uber? Are we coming up? Yeah, are we going through the duelist? Is that how we're starting? That's kind of far away. Or we're going to start through the witch. Yeah, I think the witch is a few more passive points closer. Yeah. So Uber Lab will be like a respec through the witch tree. That's the plan, at least. Am I bleeding? There we go. Not bleeding anymore. I think my rings eventually could use some upgrades, right? Yeah, this one is just flat life, and then some int and some strength. This is actually a really good ring. Look at that. It's got socket. It's got all resistance. It's got int. The life is crap. It's got a socket on there, which we desperately needed. I think that's either where Flame Dash or Convocation is. It's one or the other. Like, I'm running out of sockets here. I'm going to need some more sockets. Joyful says, Delirium performance seems to have gotten better over the past while. Yeah, for some it has. I love that GGG is constantly improving things, even once a league is launched and has been live for a few weeks, even for a few months. I love that they can constantly patch it. It's one of the things that I love about them as a company. They're constantly working on the game, not just the next expansion of the game, but the game as it is. But I love that. Taco Mage says, I'm originally from the West Coast and also say it the same way. Laboratory. That's fair. All right, that boss was pretty easy. All right, let's go do this this lab trial. Let's go see if we die to a lab trial. How embarrassing will that be? Not embarrassing at all. It'll be funny though. What killed your hardcore solo self-found character? Well, an inanimate object that I was too dumb to move out of the way for. However, if I'm super enunciating for clarity, I'll say laboratory. That's fair. Maybe I'm just saying it too fast. Maybe that's my problem. Get out of there. All right, this one's going to pop up. Let's wait for it. Get out of there. All right, here's a chest. Oh, those are poison arrows. I don't like those poison arrows. All right, let's wait. Whoop. Good thing we were slowed there. Whoa, what is this? Okay, when do these go up? Okay, I need to rest here. This is where we rest. Whoa, don't go that way. This is where we rest. Alright, come on in, boys! Attack, attack, attack! And the man in the back said, everyone attack, and it turned into a ballroom blitz. Okay, now where to next? Kill that for me, fellas. Thank you much. Go over here, then go over here. Come in here. Come over here. Kill this. Where do I want to go? I want to go up here. Where do I want to go? I want to go right there. I'm going to go right there. There we go. Right there. There we go. So far, so good. Turn on Fortify. Yes, this face, by the way, this is my natural intense face when I'm doing a lab trial. This is my don't screw up, you're going to lose your character face. Which is probably going to happen right about now. Oh gosh. Wait right here. Just chill. Alright, where's the lever? Okay, there's the lever. Pull the lever. Okay. Okay. Whew! I punched my move speed flask rather than my life flask there for a second. I was like, why is my HP not going up? Oh boy. How did you lose your character? I pressed my move speed flask when I went to heal. It was a joke. It was a joke, guys. No, I don't make mistakes. It was a joke. Oh man. Alright, we survived that trial of ascendancy. Whew! It's nerve-wracking. Is it getting hot in here, guys? Is that just me? Getting a little sweaty? Sweaty palms? Ah. Nicholas says, I feel like the performance the last week is attributed to fewer players and stress on the servers. I believe GGG would have communicated something they were able to fix server side. Yeah, that's fair. This is Iron's face. There are many like it, but this face is his. Yeah, that's right. That's right. This is my face. Man, speaking of many faces like it, you guys would be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't be. How often I'll get a message from somebody just being like, you look like so-and-so. And then I'll be like, okay, I don't know that person. Yeah, but you really look like so-and-so. Okay. Would you like me to write down their name as an autograph for you? And you can say you got an autograph from a guy who looked like so-and-so? Just, it's a funny moment, a funny shared moment. Because a lot of the time I have no idea who they're talking about. A lot of the time. Some of the time I'll be like, oh yeah, I've heard of that person. Oh yeah, I know of that person. Most of the time, huh? Who? What? Why? Then they'll show me a photo and I'm like, okay. If you say so, man. Alright, so let's go do some peninsula maps. Let's go knock out the peninsula. This is a fun map. I like this map. I mean, if I rip my hardcore solo self-found character here, I might not like this map anymore. But at the moment, this map and I have a good relationship. At the moment. But we'll see what happens. Oh, there's a breach over here. That sounds exciting. I feel like to really do breach as well, I'm going to want like 4,500, 4,500 or 5k HP. Which, I have no idea how I'm going to work that out. How am I going to get that much HP? I guess just keep grabbing upgrades, right? Just keep crafting upgrades as I can. Okay, this is fire-based damage. So I have 77% fire resistance. At this point, we're not really killing stuff. Are we? I also don't have a burning removal flask, so I may die here. Whoops, can't flame dash that. Was that bleeding there? Oh, I only have 3 zombies left. Touch that clasped hand. Yeah, I only have 3 zombies left. Man, my zombies just keep getting crushed in here. It's got to be the lack of levels, right? If I was a regular Necromancer right now, I would have +2 to my level of zombies. Like, they'd already be level 19. These guys are only level 17. I don't know. Maybe I just go Spectres. Maybe I should just go Spectres, huh? Spectres as my main source of damage? Maybe I should. I don't know. Drop the zombies. I love my zombies, though, man. My zombies are... they're so much fun. They stay near you. They protect you. They act as your shield wall. I mean, I could keep the zombies and still go Spectres for my DPS. It would just be swapping some links out. Also, I'm not going to get the... what is it? The Redemption Sentries for a while. I have to proc the Redeemer in order to get that. So that's not going to be for a while. So maybe I go Slave Drivers. Maybe I go Slave Drivers in my chess piece. That could be one option. Slave Drivers while I continue leveling up. I mean, I've got 3 Spectres. 3 Slave Drivers should be able to clear most of the yellow maps. And as it scales, go into red maps. I think they would probably hit a wall, though, with SSF gear and red maps. Probably hit a pretty hard wall. Just because I'm not going to have the bonus to levels, and I don't have all the bonuses to gear, so I don't have a bunch of them. I just have a few of them. 3 is a lot less damage than 5. 5 is what I'm rocking on my softcore Spectromancer. It's a lot of damage. Speaking of damage... Whoa! What is actually doing damage to me over there? It's not the Titan of the Grove. Is it the stone golems that are waking up? Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, the Titan, the Totem Titan. Is that what that guy's name was? Whatever it was, that was the damage source. When he actually hit me, that did some damage. Which we've said this as we've been leveling up this character. The drawback to playing a max block-based character or a max dodge-based character is that whenever that primary layer of not getting hit goes away and you actually do take a hit, you might not be prepared for how big of a hit you're going to take because you're just used to not getting hit at all. So when you actually do take a big hit, you're like, whoa, that takes way too much of my damage. Maybe I need to tone it down a bit. If you survive it. Sometimes you might get hit by that one big hit and you're just done. Bye-bye, sayonara, rip goes the character. Tony the Titan? Yeah, Tony the Titan had his Wheaties. He was not messing around there. Oh, look at that. That's very good. That's a lot of Jeweler's Orbs. What is that, 14 Jewelers? That's fantastic. Yeah, we got 21 Jewelers plus 2. We got 23 Jewelers from that map. That was a good map. I definitely don't want to try to 6-socket this. Like, this chess piece is not going to be our endgame chess piece. Nicholas says, Zana missions for distant memory, and then the Synthesized. Not sure which ones you're referring to, Nicholas. I'd have to look them up. Maybe those are guys that I tested but wasn't impressed with because I set them up wrong earlier. That could be. The goal for this character, or for any of our characters, by the way, if you were wondering like what our goal is to get onto the PoE Ninja like pull down page for hardcore solo self-found. That's our goal. So if you search for Scions right now, if you look up Ascendants on SSF Hardcore, scroll down, you can see that there's... It looks like level 80 through 100 is what it's sorting. And it looks like a bunch of them are like 88 through level 100. There's one level 100 hardcore solo self-found character in the league. Then there's only one other 99. And there's two 98s, 197, 196, three 95s, two 94s, a whole bunch of 93s, whole bunch of 92s, whole bunch of 91s, whole bunch of 90s, 80, 89, 88. So, whole bunch of them. And it looks like between all of these folks, it looks like they're going with Witch Ascendancy or Duelist Ascendancy. 28% are going Gladiator. Interesting. How many are going Necro? Apparently, oh, 32% are going Necro, 28% are going Gladiator. So there you go. Yeah, and the ones who go Necro, of the ones who go Necro, 73% of them go, also go Gladiator. That's funny. That's pretty funny. So we would have to hit like level 88 or 89 or 90 in order for this character to actually make that list. That's what we would have to hit. I don't know if this character's got it in him. When our zombies are dying in tier 1 and 2 maps, I don't know if this character's got it in him. Maybe I should just be using Flame Sentinels, eh? Go into the Wayback Machine. Ooh, what is this? Incursion mod. Okay, they've got faster attack, faster movement, faster cast, cannot be stunned. That's fine. Let's go in. Let's try it. Hey, welcome, Lockin. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here today. Hopefully you had a good weekend. If you guys were to sum up your weekend, your Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in a single word. Nah, that's too few words. You get 3 words. You get 3 words to describe your weekend. How would you guys describe your weekend in 3 words? What 3 words would you use to describe your weekend? You could use a 3-word sentence. You can just use 3 individual words. Oh my goodness, all my zombies are dead again. Look at what they've done to my boy. You guys probably haven't seen The Godfather, right? You guys weren't alive when The Godfather came out. Oh my goodness, they're killing everything. They're killing my zombies. Killing my golem. What are these monsters in this Vol side area? I guess it is a level 70 zone. Jeez. Man. Yeah, I guess the +2 levels to the zombies just does a bunch for their HP. What a shock, right? What a shock. Yeah, not going witch has got its consequences, right? What an utter shock. We said this from the get-go. Like, hey, levels are where everything scales up their damage and their abilities from nowadays, so don't make me bleed to death. Okay, there we go. What do we get? Oh, is that the Blight unique jewel? Is that Blight? Spreading Rot. Yeah, it's Blight. That's pretty nice. We got a Vol Orb. Got a Prophecy Wand. Anything else? No, not really. Alright, let's pop open the Vol Vessel. It's got a lot of lightning, a lot of fire. Critical strike chance for spells. That's pretty good. Burning Arrow and Rain of Arrows. Interesting. Mike says, you can do it. Oh, Jacob says, Path of Exile. That's how you'd sum up your weekend? Yeah. It's a good thing we picked 3 words, right? Would an acronym POE count, right? No, that's a good summary of your weekend. It sounds like that was a good weekend then, Jacob. If you got to play POE on the weekend, that's good. That's good news. Toto says, not long enough. Taco Mage says, sweaty yard work. Skepsis says, World of Warcraft. Brian says stayed indoors. Calvin says Path of Exile. There you go. More than one of us playing PoE. Oh, Mike played some Baldur's Gate 1. Nice. Laucon did some rainy yard work. Nicholas says sunlight still exists. Yes, it does. It does. It's good for you. It's good for you, right? Those are the memes now. The memes now are everyone go outside. But wait, we're kidding. Stay inside. But wait, go outside. I can't keep up with the memes. Chip says, I got 36 challenges yesterday. Feels good. The wings are cool. Oh, very nice. Speaking of which, I have yet to put any MTX on this character because oh no, wait. I did put MTX on this character. I put MTX on this character when we were in town, when we were in Highgate, and there was some Joker, like literally dressed as the Joker in Highgate, in SSF. They had like a bunch of clowns following him around, and they had this goofy clown outfit on. Like, all right, time for me to put on my MTX. Look at my crappy MTX. Ooh. Oh. Joyful Wander says baking scones, PoE. Very nice. Sounds like a good weekend. Watch out, that guy's got a thing. He's got a special move. What's his special move? Alright. Lots and lots of 6 sockets. That's good news. We're getting lots of 6 sockets. I need some corpses. Excuse me, game? This is part of the problem of having Desecrate on my offhand. I need some more corpses. Okay, then you're gonna have to swap weapon swaps. Oh, that sounds terrible. Yeah, it is. It is terrible. It's the price of having Arctic armor, though. Arctic armor is staying on all the time. At least Arctic armor is not swapping off and on. Much rather have that physical reduction, physical and fire damage reduction, just constantly going off for me. It's probably a good idea. What was that? Is that like the after image of a tormented spirit going up? It's kind of weird. I didn't see a tormented spirit, but maybe I missed it. Oh no! They're firing shaper balls at us. Come get them, guys. Oh, shoot this guy. This guy. There we go. Oh my gosh, I'm completely out of zombies. Just completely out of zombos. Any corpses? Go kill the Recongo. 2 corpses. Get them. Get them, zombos. Any more corpses? I need some more corpses. This is why I need Desecrate on my 5 link. Alright, should we try to... Let's ID this. Let's ID this. Let's not die to this chest. Detonates nearby corpses, casts a random curse, and guarded by a rogue exile. Alright. So far it sounds pretty spooky. Any corpses? Nope, because I just blew them all up. I was like, no, you get no corpses. No corpses for you. Any corpses? Nope. Well, there's some guys over there. I gotta do this one as well, right? Alright, summon 2 more zombos. I think it's the ignites. I think the ignites are ticking down my zombies really, really quick. Oh, we popped an abyss. Careful. Granite flask, please. Oftentimes the ground effects from the abyss are the scariest part because you can't see them with all the other gameplay effects going on. It makes it a little nerve-wracking because there's a bunch of physical spikes that can pop up from abyss guys. Oh look, we're down to 2 zombies. Okay, time to leave. Yeah, the damage on this is atrocious. Oh, don't touch the mirror. Alright, can you guys kill that guy? So much for zombies being aggressive, eh? I think I need to swap out to another damage link. And I might need to actually grab... Yeah, I might need to actually grab like a few more damage passive nodes on the tree. might not be able to get away with my super duper reductionist tree. Which shouldn't be, I shouldn't be too shocked by, right? It's SSF. I'm gonna have to use the tree for stuff that I can't usually get on gear early on. And there's gonna be a whole bunch of baddies over here. Blow up some corpses. Kill this guy. Whoa, hey now. Yeah, it's the ignites. It's because I don't have a burn flask. Well, and of course I don't have a burn flask that would instantly apply for my zombies as well. Yeah. Yeah, this elemental damage that these guys are doing seems like it's quite a bit. Orb of Alteration. We are rich, sire. Rich, rich, rich. I'm going to lose all of my zombies as soon as I go into the new zone to fight, right? Probably. Because they're all going to stand in the AoE degen, right? That's what's going to happen. Ah! Those +2 levels from the witch are just looking better and better. Alright, that's good. Okay, our damage is actually okay against bosses. Alright, now we're down to 5 though. Now we're down to none. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit more of what I was expecting. Oh, it's getting bigger. I didn't realize that that actually happened. I've never stuck around this zone long enough to see that that actually grows. That's kind of funny. Oh, there's the slam. Is he going down? Alright, he's down. Oh, no, he's not down. Silly me. There we go, now he's down. Whew. Good work, Spectres. Good work, war chieftains, ancient chieftains. Oh my goodness. Good work, fellas. Oh man, this is messy. This is really messy. Oh, maybe I should just use Spectres on a 4-link. Oh, maybe I should. Joyful Wander says, scones only take about 10 minutes to prepare and another 10 minutes to bake? Oh. How long does it take you to eat them, though? It'd probably take me like a minute or less to eat some scones. Taco Mage says, the best part about my weekend was surveying my cuttings and tip-ins for plant propagation in my yard. It was epic, 23 out of 24 cuttings. Nice. Very nice. Calvin says, just got Awakener level 8. Let's go. Nice. Congrats, Calvin. Oh, Chip says, I went back to check. You killed a ghost guy that left a white light after he died. Thank you for checking that, Chip. I would have been like, what was that? I'm for Red says, SSF Snorefest. Yeah, I know, right? It's a lot slower pace. It's a lot slower pace. Jacob says, Necro, level 85 SSF Delirium here. Got around 260 Chaos and around 140 Orbs of Alchemy. How do college then? Not sure what the question is, Jacob. Could you ask the question a different way? Try asking the same question but in a different way. Oh, nice. The recipe makes 12 scones, so 2 per day for lunch means 6 days. That's pretty nice. That's a good amount of scones. All right, look at the loot that we got from that. That was a bit of a headache. Tier 2 maps, but look at the loot. We got a whole bunch of loot up in here. Are any of these upgrades? Let's go ahead and ID some of this. Nope. That's pretty good, though, for fire builds. That's actually got, like, all relevant rolls. Still not as much life as what I got over there, though. $71 life, 7 to all resistance, and 24 to fire. I'm pretty sure that's my new ring. What's my defenses at with this? Maximum life is 3594. 3617. Yeah, I'll take it. Take that. Okay, what else do we got going on here? Gloves. 2 good resistances, no life. Mana resistance is 4% increased lightning damage and increased cold damage on a ring. That's pretty good. Maybe I should make a spellcaster. Jacob says, sorry, I mean, how can I obtain more orbs of alchemy during bad RNG drop for them? What you can do, Jacob, is you can take all of your uniques that you're not going to use in SSF and sell them for alchemy shards. That's a great source. It's a really great source. So, like, where are my uniques? These are all uniques that I may or may not use at some point. I'm actually not going to use the Ash Caller. I don't think I'm going to use the Dialas. So, what you can do with your uniques, any unique, as soon as you go to sell it, bada boom, it turns into alchemy shards or alteration shards. So, if you need more alchemies, that's one thing that you can do. Alright, that goes into our gem section. Maybe what I need to do... Put the zombies over on the 4-link. Get the specters on another 4-link. And have my cyclone spinning. Biak says, why stream on YouTube and not Twitch? For lots of reasons, my man. One of them is that all of the VODs get stored on YouTube right away. That's one of the reasons. Right? That's just a straight up really good reason right there. Why force people to go over to Twitch to watch me stream and then YouTube to watch all of our videos? If I can do both on one platform, why have to have 2 different setups? That's one reason. Alright, let's go put our cards over here. Put our fragments. Ooh, maybe we could fight Atziri soon. And die to Atziri. This build would die to Atziri instantly on one of her Flame Blasts. I don't even want to fight these tier 2 maps, in fact. I was just going to run those. No. Not after they... Look at what they did to my boy. Not after they just shreked through all of my zombies there. I kind of feel like... grabbing some slave drivers and just seeing if that just boosts the heck out of my damage. Probably would. It'd be more damage sources rather than damage augments. And if the zombies... here's the problem. If the zombies are going to die, and they're my damage resource and they're my defensive layer, then using specters that give me power charges and frenzy charges to augment their damage, to boost their damage, does nothing because the zombies are dead. So it doesn't matter because they're dead. I need to get a wand. I could three link my zombies in here. This is +1 to socketed gems, and then make them like link them with like meat shield, and then minion life. I'm up to 32 chromatics. Chris D says, so I followed your advice and tried out a Molten Strike Jug. Holy crap, is that build awesome? Hey! That's where it's at, my man. Glad to hear it worked out for you, Chris. That's good news. Alright, I feel like I'm at a brain freeze right now. So what I'm going to do... No, the zombies don't leech right now, Mike. I don't have Baron, and I don't have their... where is it? The Minion Leech node. So I could grab this, or I could grab this. There's also another one, right? Is there a minions? There's another one, right? Aren't there two of those? Maybe there's just the one. Yeah, I guess there's just the one. So that actually wouldn't be too bad of an idea, just to go grab that. Just to see if that could help them out a bit. They really have put a lot of passive points into me, and I haven't put that many passive points into them. And they're the ones doing a lot of the work. I took this whole wheel over here. Took half of this wheel. It's like a full wheel between them. And I took the life over here. Oh no, I took the increase. Yeah, there's the leech. Minions leech. So they leech a fraction of their damage right now. This would be by far the bigger node. All right, I'm going to pull up Path of Building, and we're going to go take a look at a couple of builds from actually over the weekend from a couple of people who sent in their builds that I needed to get back to from Friday, and I never got a chance to. So, first off, we're going to look at Skiazo's build. I'll pull that up here. And we're going to try to give Skiazo some advice. Also, I'm going to swap this over here. There we go. Sign out of POE. There we go. And there's Path of Building. Look at that. It's all nice and trim. All right, so far that looks good. And where are we? Import to a new build. All right. So let's go let our buddy Skiazo know we are taking a look at your build presently. Should be about an hour and 15 minutes into the VOD. So I like to let folks know exactly when and where their build is being looked at. And also, if you would like to take a look at this build with us, I am posting Skiazo's paste bin down below in the video description here in just a moment. So let's go take a look. What kind of character is he? He is a Templar. He is a Guardian. Oh, is he a herald stacking guy? He's totally a herald stacking guy. Yeah, he's a herald stacking guy. Okay, Skiazo's Guardian Aura stacker. Okay, let's go take a look. So this will be the first one that we take a look at today. All right, so we all should know how to build these, right? Because these are meta. These are meta for this league. So everyone should know how to build this. This should not be a new class subject. Nebulous, check. Prism Guardian, check. Alpha's Howl, check. Shavs, check. Ooh, it's got a green socket. That's kind of interesting. Why would you go with the green socket there? It's not corrupted, so we could re-roll it. We'll take a look at a skill gem setup in a second. Okay, Mulligaros, check. Sintrek on boots, check. Amulet. Presence of Cheula, check. Double Call of the Brotherhood, check. Belt. Crystal Belt, check. Could use a Bated Breath here, but if you've got the currency, then you spend it on a big time energy shield belt. Which that is a big time energy shield belt. All right, what's his total over here? 7,800 energy shield. All right, let's go take a look at Ziri's Promise, Rumi's Concoction. Okay. %1 mana reduced. All right. Chip says that's a boatload of unique items. Yes, it is. It is indeed. Okay, so Skiazo's note was, I'm not really sure where to go from here. I have about 40x in increasing, but I'm looking to make some upgrades. I'm hopefully going to have some more energy shield. I need to get some more reservation, and I need to get vitality. Okay. Okay, so he's not using voices. Or he's not using 3. He's using 2 voices and then a rare cluster jewel. Okay, that's fair. 1% reduced. Nice. 3% reduced mana cost of skills. That's actually really nice. Split personality with intelligence and armor. What's your phys at? 90%? Okay, that makes sense. That's a lot of armor, actually. Okay, he's using 7 passive voices. So that's something that you can automatically upgrade, right? As you get more currency, go get yourself a 5 passive voices, because that gives you 2 additional passives. Go get a... Or is it 1? I think it's 1 additional passive off of a 5. And then you upgrade from there. You go get a 3 as you get more currency. Split personality, this is more intelligence and armor. If you just want a bigger energy shield pool, you go intelligence and energy shield on these rather than armor. Okay, that's Endbringer and Purposeful. There's another Voices. Here's Endbringer Purposeful. Intuitive Leap. Yep, that's good. 1% mana reduced on reservation, and then 8% increased maximum energy shield and 4% mana cost of skills. That's pretty good. Increased dot, increased cast speed. Oh, with lightning skills, nice. And increased maximum energy shield and 1% mana reserve. These are really good. Lucas has a suggestion for you in chat, Skiazo. He says, swap Call of the Brotherhood for an unset with Herald on Ring. Get a 3 passive voices and 1 more 1% node. You can fit in 1 more aura, cause the Ring free 2 slots, so fit in an Enlighten. So that's an option. Nice, you got Conqueror's Efficiency. Very nice. Heraldry, Purposeful Harbinger, nice. And then another split personality for strength and intelligence. Okay. That's fair. Damage penetrates 1% of cold resistance. Nice. Yeah, so on one of the things that I did on when I was playing this build, I actually just sold off all of my stuff for this build over the weekend. So rather than use the Presence of Chayula, which you're at 75% chaos resistance, so that's really good. Like you're almost never gonna die from chaos resistance, or maybe you just never die. Period. My character got up to level 95 or 96 on my Guardian, and one of the things that I did was I went for an amulet. I'm going to show you the kind of amulet that I went for. Do I still have the amulet, actually? I should check really quick if I still have my amulet. The amulet that I went for is reduced mana reserve, and then it's also got, yeah, level 96, and it's also got vitality built into the amulet. Now those are a couple of X. You lose a bunch of your chaos resistance that way. But I wasn't farming any zones that really had chaos resistance. That was my justification for it. Yeah, here was my amulet that I was using. Can you guys see that? No, you guys can't. Yeah, you guys can kind of see that. Alright, so it allocated Champion of the Cause, which I believe is a big mana reduction, mana reserve. Yeah, here it is. 12% increased area of effective aura skills, 4% mana reserved, and 6% increased effective non-curse auras from your skills. And then this thing grants vitality. It also gave me 5% mana reduction, and then it had crafted on there some energy shield. So that's not a bad upgrade for a few X. And I think mine is priced pretty expensively, just because I'm being selfish. I'm a very selfish person. So you could totally buy one of those probably for 3 or 4X. And that gives you a whole bunch more mana reserved. And it takes away a need to jam a gem socket in. Because you now have a skill, like Lucas said, you now have a skill equipped essentially onto your gear. So you don't have to have that as a gem socket. Okay? So that's what I would do, Skiazo. If anything, I would change out some of these split personalities to being either intelligence and energy shield, depending on if you need the strength. And then the other thing to do as well is to make sure that all of your split personalities are as far away as they can get. So it looks like those are looking pretty good. I think these are your 4 split personalities, so those are good. Yeah, I don't think you need that much armor. I think your armor is probably pretty good. You're not running determination though, are you? So here's some of the give and take. Just a really quick aside about this build. If you run determination, it saves you a bunch of worry about where you're getting like flat armor from. The problem is that it's a massive mana reservation. So it goes in one of your 50% slots. So you just have to determine if you want to use a whole bunch of offensive and quality of life stuff like hatred, like haste. I'm sorry, not hatred. Like wrath or like hatred. No, wrath or haste. There we go. In your shield. Or zealotry in your shield. Also, what is your helmet looking like? Your helmet's got precision, has 30% reduced mana. Yeah, I mean, that's far from being perfect, right? Precision is already just a flat amount of mana, and so the percent reduction on it's not that big a deal. I was running for a long time. Either Vitality had reduced percentage, Zealotry had reduced percentage. I kept swapping back and forth between the Crown of the Inward Eye, I think is what it was. Either Crown of the Inward Eye or Alpha's Howl. I kept swapping back and forth to see which one was better. So that would be a couple of things to check out for your upgrades. So hopefully that's some help for you, Skiazo. Also, these gems. If you can buy some gems that are level 21, get some level 21 gems. You got a level 20 Vol Arc, some Vol Arc quality 23. Get a 21. Get some Awakened gems going in here. Why not, man? Get Awakened Cold Pen. Even poor little old me has got an Awakened Cold Pen. You can get yourself some Awakened gems in here as some upgrades. Those would be my suggestions. All right. Feel free to drop any comments that you guys have for Skiazo. We're going to take a look at Carey's build next. Pull up Carey's paste bin. And we're going to import. Ta-da! And we're going to go take a look at Carey's build. Carey's build looks like a Necro. So, this is right up our alley. I'm going to add Carey's paste bin down below in the video description if you guys also want to take a look. Necro, and you're using what? Zombies? Yeah, Necro Summoner. So there we go. Paste bin is now down below in the video description. All right. Let's take a look. So we're using one large cluster jewel over here with 2 mediums and then 1 small each. I got to let you know right off the bat, Carey, I'm not that big of a fan of the small cluster jewels for summoners. Some of them are really, really strong, but I feel like there's just other good passive points that you can pick up as well. So let's see what Carey had said about upgrades. Carey says, love your content, G3 Iron. This is only my 2nd league. Please consider helping me with my strength stacking summoner build. I'm in tier 14, 15, and 16 maps and fought Cirrus twice but lost. I need to learn the mechanics. I feel like my DPS and survivability aren't at an endgame level yet. My Cyclone channeling is stopped when I take a big hit using MOM, so I'm considering dropping it. Not a bad idea. Lightning resistance is an issue, and I could gain 2 passives with improvement by dropping Lightning Walker. What can I do to improve this build? Thanks for considering my build. Okay, let's go take a look. So, how much mana do you have? Oh my goodness. Okay, so your life is 3,200. Your mana is 1,248, and your energy shield is 26. Okay, so Carey, a couple of things here. So MOM prevents damage being taken from your life. It goes to damage that's going to be applied to your life. So damage that's applied to ES, MOM doesn't help at all. So like for your first 2600 damage that you're taking, like that's just gonna straight up smack your energy shield. How do you have 2600 energy shield, by the way? How do you have that much ES with this percentage increase? Oh, Shaper's Touch. Okay. Yeah, that's why. That's 1,000 of your energy shield. And you're using a Joffrey's. Okay. Oh, and you're using Femurs of the Saints. Oh. Okay. Alright, so you're playing a strength stacking summoner. Alright, let's go take a look at your ascendancy. This is good. Okay, this is good. Alright, so what is your bone skill? Bone Offering, Fortify, Desecrate, Cyclone, Castwell Channeling. Okay, so Carey, here's the very first thing. Very first big change that you can make right away. You don't have to put your Bone Offering and Cyclone in the same... This is all good. Bone Offering, Cyclone, Desecrate, Castwell Channeling, Fortify. That's good. You don't have to put it in your 6th link, though. You can get rid of the melee physical damage because you're not really boosting your Cyclone damage a whole bunch, right? Your damage on a strength stacking Zombiemancer is going to be your zombies, not you. The whole purpose of why you're going to be channeling Cyclone is to keep you alive and to keep proccing Bone Offering, so that way your block chance is way up there. Which, by the way, nice block chance, 46-26. I like that. And then once Bone Offering goes off, it's like what? That's another like 10 or 12. Yeah, that's pretty good for block chance, like as a layer of defense. So I like what you're doing there. That's good. But get rid of melee physical. You don't need this on a 6 link. You could run this on a 5 link if you want, or what you can do. So here's a little trick for you. Let's go over to Trade League. And Carey, I hope you're in Trade League, otherwise all of this is useless to you. So hopefully you're in Trade League. What you can do is you can go for some boots. And then what you want to do is you want to go for some Elder Influenced boots that have got Fortify on them. Socketed gems are supported by Fortify. Now, these boots that we just looked up, whoop, that's on standard. We want to look on Delirium. Are 1C. Okay. Now, I don't know what you're using right now for your boots. You're probably using Alberon's. Yeah, you're using Alberon's Warpath. Now, this is good because it gives you percentage increased strength. However, if you are committed to using Cyclone and you really want to make that Cyclone efficient and you want to make sure that you get Fortify, this is a good way to do it. You go out, you grab some very cheap boots. Again, you can get some probably with some good life rolls on them. Let's see for like a top tier life roll. Okay, 100 chaos right there. 28 chaos right there. 30 chaos right there. 9 chaos, okay? So you can go search for whichever ones that you want. Here's one that's an armor base with 23% increased movement and lightning resistance. Lots of different options. At that point, what you can do is you can socket your Cyclone into your boots, and that's going to be supported by Fortify. So that frees you up a gem socket. One of the biggest things that summoners, or one of the biggest weaknesses and struggles that summoners have, are that they struggle with their amount of gem sockets that they've got. Because as summoners, we want to jam so many different active skills and passive skills into our build through gems that we run out of sockets very, very quickly. So that's one thing that you may want to take a look at, okay, is whether or not you want to be committed to running Cyclone as a 5 link with Fortify attached to it, or if you want to run it with your boots. Like Alberon's Warpath is a lot of strength. Right now you're at 1014 strength. So if we lose Alberon's Warpath, we go down by almost 200 strength. What is that? 120 strength, 130 strength that we just lost off of that. So it's nothing to sneeze at, right? It's a lot that's lost there. But again, we can go back into the boots. We could say, hey, I need boots that are going to have strength, right? Say strength. Whoops, I can't type. Strength. Now let's go search. And now let's say they have like a tier 1 strength roll. Look at that, 15C for the tier 1 strength roll. Now, it's not going to be the same if I copy this item and I paste it into your build, what is this? The Vortex Tread. If we put these on your feet, you go from 1,014 down to 961. So it's at least a recovery of what, 60 or 70 strength that you've got there. If you do decide to swap off, you don't lose Fortify. You lose about 50 strength, but that's fine. We're going to make up that strength later on down the road. Now, because you're using Femurs of the Saints, this is a very, very cheap unique item. It's very, very cheap to get going. Very, very easy for you to get going. It's nice because it's a second 6 link. However, we just pulled your Cyclone off of your 6 link in your body armor. So you don't have to worry about getting a 6 link for your Cyclone anymore, right? So now your weapon or your body armor can be your 6 link. That's the options right there. You can go either way. Now, when you are looking at weapons, we actually just did this last week. One of the things that you want to look for as a witch is you want to look for wands that are going to have +1 to minion skills, spell skills, and +1 to all spell skills. Because those +1 levels will bring your zombies up, they'll bring your specters up, they'll bring your golems up, they'll bring your SRS if you're using that, they'll bring your animate weapon gem level up, everything will bring up your gem levels. Gem levels as summoners are the primary ways that we scale our minions' life and our minions' damage. It's through gem levels. So, Femur of the Saints, for instance, gives +2 to the level of socketed minion gems. Now, what's nice about that is that it's going to bring up your support gems that also have the minion tag on them, as well as your actives. But if you swap to a wand like this, where is it? Swap to a wand like this. Oh, not socketed. What is it? Yeah, here we go. All spell skill gems. There we go. You can look for a wand like this. Now, this is going to be a bit more expensive than your boots, but it's not that expensive. If you've played for 2 leagues, Carey, then you know this type of wand during 3.9 was at least 10 exalted at this same time of the league. About halfway through the league, these were going for 10 exalted. I just sold one of these in standard the other day. I think that was Friday or Saturday? Whenever it was. I just sold one of these for 23 exalted in standard. Right now, these are 3x in Delirium League. Incredibly cheap. Okay, these are really, 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 really powerful wands because they bring all of those main damage sources and main quality of life sources that you're bringing, specters and zombies, they bring them up an additional level. So these are very, very, very important. These are very important. Now, you don't have to scale it that way. You really don't. But right now, what Femurs of the Saints is offering you is the stuff that's socketed into it gets those levels. But everything else suffers and doesn't get those levels. With a wand like this, it doesn't matter where it's socketed. If it's a minion, it's getting +2 levels across the board in your build. That's very, very strong. It also opens you up to a second weapon swap, or a second weapon slot, which means you can use a shield. A shield can give you a whole bunch of life or energy shield, depending on whichever one you want to choose to go for as your primary health pool. Okay, so lots of options there between those weapons. Now, again, this is a couple of exalts, but if you're willing to, if you've got the currency there and you're willing to put that in, you're going to see a massive, massive improvement to your build. Also, you're going to see a massive improvement to your build in terms of defenses because it means you're going to be able to use a shield now. That's going to be huge. Speaking of defenses, on your defenses, you've got 25, 25, 18 for overcap. You had mentioned lightning resistance. You can spend a few points and come in and grab Unnatural Calm. This will bring your maximum lightning resistance up. Also, if you come all the way down here to Soul of Steel, Soul of Steel brings all of your resistances across the board up by 1. You just saw that I got that in Hardcore Solo Self-Found, and I was super excited once I pathed my way down there to get that, because it's about a 4 to 5% damage reduction across the board for elemental damage. It's quite efficient. So let's see what else. Lightning. Do you have anything else that's socketed? Yeah, you've got Lightning Walker up here. So we could get rid of the Lightning Walker. This would save us 2 passives by getting rid of these 2. Your lightning resistance is going to drop, but guess what? Because we've swapped over to using a wand instead of a staff, we now will have a slot in our shield, which we could probably spend 25 chaos on and get a really, really awesome looking shield. So let's get what? Lightning resistance. And let's get life. Let's just say you want to stay as a life character for right now. Oh, and you also want strength, right? Because you're a strength stacking Baron summoner. All right, let's look here. What's the total maximum life? Okay, these are 8x. This is 50c. This is 35c. Look at this. The total maximum life. This is going to give you 33 strength. It's going to 165 maximum life. It gives you 500 armor, so that's good physical mitigation. Let's just copy this. We'll add this to your build here. The Spirit Refuge. So we're going to add that, and we're going to add this guy over here, the Mind Cry. All right, now our life pool went up to, where are we at? Life pool went up to 3,500. Where were we at before? 3,200. So what is that worth? It's worth 300 life right there, that shield, onto your build. It's a lot. It's a lot. Now, you don't even have that much increased life yet either. So that's something else that we can fix here in a moment. All right, so this is a 6% node here. We're going to want to clean this up. We're definitely going to want to go for this. Well, let's focus here for a second. Okay, so I'm going to refocus on your items. So swapping over gives you more life. It's going to give more damage to your zombies, better quality of life for your specters. Everything across the board is going to become much, much stronger because you just added a whole bunch of levels to your build and to the effective portions of your build, right? To the most important portions of your build, which are, of course, your minions. So you've added levels to the most important part of your build, and now we're going to keep expanding on that. So your Baron looks good. It's a Baron. That's what we want. Your body armor is a Joffrey's. It's good. That's what we want. It's going to be a lot easier to color now because we don't need to have those greens. Shaper's Touch, good. That's what we want. Your boots, we swap those over to your fortified boots, so that way you're set up with your Cyclone. Your amulet is Astromentus. Nice. Right now, that's allocating Ravenous Horde for you. So right now, where is Ravenous Horde? Ravenous Horde, this is one of the biggest traps in the game. Carey, dear Carey, and everybody else who loves to play summoners, please focus with me for just a moment and hear me loud and clear. I feel like I have to say this every time we look at a summoner build. Ravenous Horde is atrocious in that it doesn't give you what you think it gives you. So a big line on Ravenous Horde is minions have 10% chance to gain onslaught for 4 seconds on kill. That doesn't apply to all of your minions at a single time. It applies to one at a time. So let's say zombie kills monster. Okay, monster's dead. This one zombie now has onslaught. His pack of other 4 zombies that are walking along, this guy's got onslaught, the rest of them don't. So the rest of them also need to land killing blows on stuff for a 10% chance to gain onslaught for 4 seconds. They're almost never going to have onslaught, which means you've got to look at Ravenous Horde without that node, because that node is not consistent enough to say, yeah, we're always going to have this. So you got to look at it without that onslaught. Minions have 5% increased cast speed, 5% increased attack speed, 20% damage, and 10% increased move speed. Move speed is massive quality of life for summoners, and 20% damage is pretty good. But because you're a strength stacker, rather than increasing your minion damage, one of the things that you may want to do is just increase your strength. Strength is so key for your build. So one of the things that I do on my summoners when I'm playing a strength stacker is I just go allocate beef because it's super duper cheap and it's 30 extra strength. So it doesn't mean you have to swap off of this. I'm just letting you know Ravenous Horde is not nearly as good as what a lot of players make it out to be because of the way that onslaught works. And the increased percentage, what we want to do is we want to increase the damage that our zombies do. And the damage that our zombies do really depends because we're using, the Baron. Half of your strength is added to your minions. That's where we get a bunch of damage from. That right there. If you're unfamiliar with the way how strength works in PoE. This is the way how strength works in PoE. I'm going to pull this up. We're doing a little mini excursus onto strength. Okay, so this is what strength does. You can see it right here. Every 10 strength also grants 5 maximum life, and every 10 strength grants 2% increased melee damage. Okay, every 10 strength. So that means if you allocate beef, that's 30 strength, that's 6% increased melee physical damage right there. Just right off the bat, just from 30 strength. Now, is that as much as 20% generic damage and 10% movement speed and 5% attack and 5% cast speed? No. But as you are scaling up your strength across the board, you want to dump almost all of your investment into strength, because that strength, half of it, applies to your minions. So 30 strength for you is 15 strength for your minions. That's what we're aiming to do. We want to aim for as high a strength level as total as we can get. Are you using some bronze? You are. Okay, so a couple of notes here on your bronze. With your bronze, you obviously want as low reduced intelligence as possible, because intelligence is also a source for your gem levels. So this wand, for instance, where is it? I believe it's 264 or 160. It's only 164. There you go. So you need 164 int in order to use this wand. Is that really all it is now? Oh, because this one's got reduced attribute requirements. Most of them actually require 242. That's what I was looking at. Like, what? So on your tree, you're going to want bronze that give you 6% increased strength and 10% reduced intelligence. That's your goal. Okay, let's go take a look at your cluster jewels. Yeah, there's a couple things in here I would change. So, for instance, here's one thing I would change, Carey. This passive point, you don't need this passive point. Your branch of your tree is coming up and around, and it's connecting through here. That's where your spine is. You actually don't need this passive point. Now, if you want minions have 4% increased attack speed and cast speed, you can do that. But that's 2 passives you can save on right there. So again, if we're looking to save 1, 2 passive, 3, 4, if that's 4 passives, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives us increased maximum energy shield and increased lightning resistance. Again, if you want to go life, focus more on the life. If you want to go energy shield, then you're going to want to go energy shield. You're going to want to come over and eventually get, where is it? Chaos inoculation. Like, that's ultimately where you're going to want to end up. Also, because you're a life-based build, just FYI, where is it? You've got Zealot's Oath, because that's what Joffrey's gives you. Joffrey's gives you, where is it? Zealot's Oath. So that means that your life regen actually applies to your energy shield. So this life pool that you've got that's 3,500, it has no regen, because your regen is all going towards your energy shield. So the only way you're getting HP back is when you pot. Otherwise, you have no regen right now. So you're going to want to decide, do you want to scale up your energy shield or do you scale up your HP? Like that's going to be a decision that you're going to need to make. All right, your cluster jewels. This is good. I'm glad you came down here to grab this cluster jewel, because it gives you armor. What's your physical reduction at? 41%. That's a decent amount. We've got renewal. Nice. We've got vicious bite. Nice. That's very good. We've got Mender's Wellspring. Remove bleeding when you use a life flask. Okay. Fasting. Movement speed while under no flask effects. Okay. Not sure why you're using that. And then Stoic Focus. Okay, that's I guess I can see why you would use Stoic Focus, since you're using Cyclone and then you want to be blocking. I can dig that. Rot Resistance gives you a whole bunch of Chaos Resistance. Okay, I can dig that. Yeah, Enduring Focus we don't care about. FY, channeling skills deal 25% increased damage. Don't care about it at all, because we're not the ones doing the damage. The zombies are. If we need to be doing damage on this build, then we've done something wrong by way of our zombies. So we don't want that one. Vital Focus, same thing. Channeling skills deal increased damage. Regenerate 1% of life per second while channeling. Okay, that's nice. But ultimately, we need to make a decision between our life and our energy shield. Like, if we want to regen life, then we don't want to be using Jaw Freeze because that gives us Zealot's Oath, which life regeneration applies to Energy Shield. It's like right now, Vital Focus is just helping to regenerate our ES. Again, we've got no life regen going on right now. Rotten Claws is a good one. So I like your large jewel. I don't like your medium jewels. And your small jewels are understandable. There's a lot more stuff you can do with this amount of passives. So if I remove this, you get 21 points if I remove this socket. 21 points is what you would get. So if we remove this, your minions lose about 7% damage. Oh, I'm sorry. Total DPS with including Impale. 16% damage is what they've got. So just realize this right here. On 22 passive points, you're giving your minions 16% increased damage. That's not a lot. 22 passive points. Like, remember what you're doing over here? You spend a bunch of oils on opalescent, and Verdant to give your minions 20% damage. This over here is giving you what? 16% on 20 passives? Now, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's built in here, but I'm saying just from a minion build damage standpoint, this isn't giving you any life either. If you get rid of this, what do you lose? 35 energy shield? Less than 1% phys damage reduction, 20% movement speed, and 43 chaos. We can pick up 43 chaos with 20 passive points. We can easily do that. So a couple of things you could do. So instead of coming in here and spending 22 passive points to give yourself some kind of meh stuff, you can come down here and go 1, 2, 3, then come up and grab 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 passive points. And what that'll do is that's going to take, I'm just going to show you right here. We're going to do a snap cap of what we're looking at. So where's my where's my snapshot? Here we go. All right, so this snapshot is showing us what we used to have. Okay, that's our old stats. 3,500 life, 1,200 mana, 2,500 energy shield, 41% phys reduction, and 3,000 armor. Okay, that's what you used to have, Carey. What you could do with those same points, we're going to get rid of all this. And we're going to come down here. We get 20 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that's 11. So we still have 9 passive points. We are a strength stacking Baron player. We want as much strength as we can get. Let's go grab 15 strength, and then 40 strength, and then 8% strength. Our strength goes up to 1,198, so we just gained almost 200 strength. And we spent how many passive points? Like, I can't even see here. Was it 11? It was 11 over here to Soul of Steel plus 3. So we spent 14 passive points, which means we still have 5, 6 passive points from what we would have spent over here for cluster jewels. So we could come in here and grab these two. For a Juggernaut, we could come in here and grab these two. So now we're up to 14, 16, 17, 18. We're up to 18 passive points. We still have 2 passive points unspent. And this is what our total life looks like now. And total strength. Your life goes from 3,500 to 46, so over 1,000 HP. Your energy shield isn't going to change much, but it did go up a bit. It went up because of your strength, so it went up 400. And then your phys reduction and your armor. What did you go to? You go up from 41 to 54. And your increased armor off of the tree goes from, your flat goes from 3,000 up to 5,000. Like, those are all improvements across the board. And you still have 2 extra passive points. Which I would just put 1 right back into this jewel socket. Because jewel sockets are really good, right? You want to be socketing bronze. You want to be socketing efficient trainings. Those are really good. Those are some of the things that I would do. If you want these golems, that's fine. Which type of golems are you using here? You're just using 2 carrying golems? Oh, a chaos golem and a carrying golem. Okay, that's fair. Something that you can do with your carrying golem, remember, is the maim effect. So you want to put your carrying golem on with maim. And the reason why you want to put maim support with your carrying golem, this is what maim does. Just take a look. There's so many summoner players that could benefit from this. Maim is a debuff that applies 30% reduced movement speed on the target for 4 seconds. Multiple maims do not stack. Maim is applied by attacks just like hinder is by spells. Since maim and hinder are different debuffs, an enemy can be affected by both simultaneously. By itself, maim does not apply any damage effects. However, the maim status does provide a damage bonus for maim support and blood in the eyes. So, maim support, this, I'm not sure if this is bugged or what, but it works this way. Enemies maimed by supported skills take increased physical damage. So it's not just that they take increased physical damage from that source, they just take increased physical damage. So if you're using your raised zombies, if your zombies are going in and attacking, which that's what they're doing, that's what they're supposed to do, they're going in and attacking, they're doing a bunch of physical damage, then if your carrion golem has maimed the target, they're now taking increased damage. So Carey, hopefully that's at least a bit of a breakdown on a couple of different things that you can do to improve your build, both its defenses as well as its offenses, as well as some of its suggestions on the tree. The last thing that I'll say to you, Carey, is what I try to say every time I'm offering POB suggestions. A, I am not the czar of PoE. I have been wrong before. I will be wrong again. Just because I've made suggestions about how you can play your build doesn't mean you should play your build that way. Okay? Lots of ways to play in Path of Exile, and whatever way you are playing that you are having fun with, that's the right way to play. So, if this tree and this cluster jewels are what you enjoy, and these items are what you enjoy, that's great. Go for it. If you enjoy playing with some of these suggestions, oftentimes people will drop back by the stream or drop back by the channel and let us know and say, hey, I'm playing using some of your suggestions. I didn't like the one suggestion you made, but I'm using the other suggestion that you made, and I really like it. That's great as well. So feel free to take it all with a grain of salt and, of course, enjoy at your own risk, or employ my suggestions at your own risk. Okay, all that being said, I'm going to boot up some more Path of Exile, and we're going to get back into some hardcore solo self-found action. Right after I use the restroom and grab a drink, I'm going to go ahead and pull up an ancient YouTube video. An ancient YouTube video for you guys to enjoy. It's going to be one that you guys are going to find out maybe I was right on some things, maybe I was wrong on some things. It's going to be the video from last league, our nerf radar from last league. So you guys will have to tell me which one which of our particular buffs or nerfs actually went through. So here we go. Hopefully that pulls up. Is that pulling up? Yeah, it looks like that's pulling up. All right. I'm going to use the restroom and grab a drink, and I'll be right back with more hardcore solo self-found action. Our 29% of players from level 96 to level 100 are made up of necromancers. Now, you might say, oh, Iron, that's a big number. It needs to be nerfed, and it needs to be nerfed right away. Well, then you're going to love these reasons that we have for you on why GGG should nerf necromancers. And there's a lot of necromancer hate out there. I'm actually surprised over the last week or so just how many people in guild chat and right here you on the community channel of YouTube have just come out with like absolutely hating necromancers for whatever reason. I don't know why, but anyway, First argument, why should GGG nerf Necromancers? Well, they're the most popular ascendancy for the second league in a row. So you can already hear the clamor and the stir and the buildup of players grabbing their torches and their pitchforks to go at the monster that is the Necromancer, simply because it's popular. And we do know that GGG has a history of nerfing things that are popular. So it could be that, yes, Necromancer is on the chopping block simply because it's popular for a second league in a row. Second reason why GGG should nerf Necromancers are that Necromancers are rather boring to play and they actually hurt player retention. This, I think, is a much, much better argument for why it could be that GGG will nerf Necromancers in the future. If it is actually proven on the back end, we don't have access to these numbers. I don't. Anyone here in G3 doesn't. If you've got access to these numbers, feel free to send me an email to all the information that's down below in the video description. But we don't have public information onto exactly what ascendancies are being played across the entire board of the player base of Path of Exile. We certainly have some information based on ladders and based off of websites like PoE Ninja, but we don't have the total image or the total scope of information as to how popular Necromancers are, or which as a subclass or as a starting class in comparison to other classes in general. So for instance, what do new players think of Necromancers? What do players who first just maybe make it to Act 3, to Sarn, do they choose Necromancers in a disproportionate fashion to other players and to other ascendancies? Are they more boring and hurting player retention for players that don't make it towards the end game of Path of Exile? Yes or no? If the answer to that is yes, then I could absolutely see that Necromancers are indeed boring and hurt player retention, and so from a business standpoint, GGG's not going to like that, and they would of course switch things up by nerfing the Necromancer. At that point, the question becomes, is it truly that Necromancers are boring and Necromancers are hurting player retention, or is it that the lack of other options seemingly in the community and the general community feeling on Necromancers are that they're the best ascendancy, and so if that's boring and nobody wants to play the best ascendancy when it's boring, that can then hurt player retention. So that's an interesting psychological discussion. That's more of a discussion on us players and our perception of what's strong rather than what's actually strong. But that's a whole other topic entirely. So just for today, a second reason why Necromancers might be nerfed are because they're boring and they hurt player retention. The third argument for why GGG should nerf Necromancers is that they are simply too cost-effective for 3.9 endgame content. You can go and look and see a whole bunch of players in solo self-found with just, again, self-found, self-crafted gear, taking on endgame content using Necromancers and using various forms of summoners versus, well, everything else. And it seems like it's disproportionate, right? It seems like it's a lot easier for bang for your buck, as it were, if I can use the colloquialism, to progress and to take on endgame content with a Necromancer than it is with almost anything else. Maybe miners and saboteurs are up there as well, but in terms of the cost effectiveness for defenses as well as for offenses, Necromancers are simply perceived as being too cost effective, and so maybe they'll get a nerf in some way where you've got to invest more in order to get the same return on your power level. Well, why should GGG leave Necromancers alone? So, like, why shouldn't they nerf the Necromancer? Well, a couple of reasons here. First off, Necros are popular due to strong design. With the changes to the way how the Necromancer operated with unnatural strength, giving all of your minion gems +2 to minion gems, we kind of had this weird moment with the Necromancer where it was like, oh, you don't have to play Necromancer in order to play all of these various skills, because all of these various skills and particular skills that were tied to the Necromancer are getting pulled off of the Necromancer and are getting pulled onto the passive tree. That should mean that lots of other ascendancies can now play a summoner archetype. And yet, unnatural strength is still attached to the Necromancer, and having gem levels onto your various minions is one of the best ways to scale up your minions' power. So of course, Oh man, I am muted. Well, now I'm not. Woo! Thank you everybody for pointing out my geriatric habits of forgetting things that I literally just did a minute ago. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the zombies. We're going to take the zombies off. Zombies are no longer our main DPS. Zombies are done. Zombies are out. Zombies are now going to be our meat shield boys. That's what zombies are going to be. Zombies, minion life, maybe even elemental army. We just make those zombies incredibly tanky. And we're going to make this a 5-link. And the only reason why we're going to make this a 5-link, I just told Carey, hey, go get Elder Boots with Fortify, so that way it's on a 4-link. I don't have Elder Boots. If I had Elder Boots that I could roll for Fortify, I would. But I don't. So, in lieu of having good boots for a fortified Castwell channeling setup, in lieu of that, we're going to put Cyclone. Oh, we need Desecrate over here as well. We want Cyclone, Desecrate, Bone Offering, and Fortify. This is our new goal. I only have 32 chromatics. I have 32 chromatic orbs. And I do have the green, guaranteed green sockets. I can guarantee at least 2 green. It's going to cost me 25 chromatics and then I'm down to 7. Our Spectres... Where are my Spectres going to go? Because I'm using all armor bases. The gloves are actually giving me the least amount of armor, which means if I got to sacrifice and go on a 4-link, the gloves are the spot to do it. They're giving me more HP than my helmet. So maybe I sacrifice the helmet. Maybe I go with an energy shield helmet and just go 4 blue. That might be what I do. Alright, but first let's see if we hit it. Alright, I'm going to close my eyes. I don't want to see. Did we hit it? Did we hit it? Ah! No Fortify. How could it not roll at least 1 red? So do I leave that there? Do I just say screw Fortify, leave Fortify on my boots? Then I don't have Fortify going. I don't like that. Ah, I'm screwing myself so hard right now. Just throwing currency down the drain. I have 7 chromatics. Let's try again. At least 1 green socket. Yeah. Now Desecrate won't be in there. Unearth is green as well, so... What an absolute bummer. That was our big moment. So what do we do now with this chess piece? I don't know, guys. This is like a SSF first for me. What do we do? I threw everything I had. I went all in on the table on my gamble. And I lost. Big time. I guess I can just throw some chromes at it and see if I can turn it 5 blue. Or red. Oh boy. Alright, 3 blue and 2 red. I can go Spectres. Farm Act 4. That's what we should do. We should just go back and farm. Why not a Tabula? Because I like having the amount of defenses that we have. I don't want to sit AFK and farm Blood Aquas forever. I do that in Trade League to make money. I don't want to do that in SSF. Alright, so we go and we farm some more. I guess that's what we do. We stay with this same Spectre configuration. I think I've got a minion damage gem. Man, that hurts. Man, that hurts. Yeah, minion damage. Minion damage. Maybe farm low-level Betrayal for Verici and Research. That's an idea. It's at least an idea. I really am tied to this like Cyclone Bone Offering thing. That's like the thing that I'm most tied to right now. Is using that. The thing that sucks is these zombies. These zombies just have not been good. I guess what I can do is I can just farm some low-level maps, right? Let's farm some low-level maps, and we can see what happens. Other than me dying, hopefully. Right? Let's farm some pier maps. Ooh, less recovery? I think we can do that. I think we can do that. I think we'll make it past this. I don't think this pier is where we'll rip. Maybe we will, but I don't think so. Alright, we're level 73. So we're what, 14 levels away? 15, 16 levels away? From reaching our goal? From making it onto the hardcore solo self-found PoE ninja ladder? Let's see if we can make it happen. I feel like our Physmit is actually really good. It's gonna be chaos damage is what's gonna kill us, right? 49%. Minus negative 49%. Yeah, it's gonna be chaos is what kills us. I'm actually getting some pretty good XP here. I could be farming Delirium. Maybe that's what I should be doing. I need to add both some minion levels onto my zombie, but I also need to add some of these elemental resistances. I think that would be helpful. Yeah, they don't need the physical, they need the elemental. There we go. We'll try that. We'll try that. We'll see if that helps him out at all. I think it should. I think that should pretty much do the trick. Those of you who play SSF, shout out to those of you who are in SSF. When you guys want to make a big gear change, what prompts you to make that big gear change? Like, is it just a new piece of a new item that just drops perfectly as is, or is it that you're pushing new content? Is it that you recognize you need an upgrade? Is it that you have the currency and so you're like, hey, I'm going to throw this currency at this particular item and see if I can't craft something really good? What is it that, like, once you hit maps, you go, okay, this is now what I should upgrade next? Because for me, right now, all of the traditional upgrades that I would traditionally go for aren't available to me because it's not Trade League, right? So, like, I want to be going with a Minion wand, which I know I can farm that part of the Atlas as I expand out the Atlas to where Minion wands are actually more naturally inclined to drop. But right now I'm doing tier 1 maps and I'm just happy to be alive. Because remember, as soon as we pushed up to tier 2, our zombies started to rip pretty consistently. So I would love to know from you guys in chat exactly, like, what your thought process is. Is your thought process, hey, I need to get a good base that I can craft on, and then I just need to farm the currency? Which I do still have some delve fossils. I haven't used any of those delve fossils yet, so that's something that I could do. Could go delve and try to find some more fossils for some more crafting. Or is it just hoping for a specific item? Like, is it searching for a specific unique item? Oh, that was the wrong spot to step. You know, once I swap off of the claw as well that I'm using, I'm gonna, if I do go use a wand, I'm not gonna be able to use Cyclone anymore. So maybe that's like a good counter argument to this whole Cyclone thing. Maybe I should just be, rather than automating, like I'm using so much currency to try to automate Cyclone and Desecrate and Castwell damage, or not Castwell, Castwell channeling. Like, maybe I'm spending so much currency to try to automate this and I shouldn't even be trying to automate it. Maybe that's a fair point. Put this in our dump tab and grab our next map. Another pier map. We're just gonna keep making these magic. I guess I should try. Yeah, let's try to do our Nico. Where is Nico? Nico, my man. View subterranean chart. Okay, we could use some Nico. Man, I don't know. If I farm in the delves, so here's the thing about delve. Delve can drop a +1 to maximum number of specters on, I believe, on both on boots. I believe that's +1 to level of specters, as well as on chest pieces. That's +1 to all maximum number of specters, I believe. So let's try the Delirium. Screw it. Let's see if we get killed. I'm over this character anyway. Right? If this character dies, screw it. That's my sense right now. We made it to maps. It was good. It was a good experience. But oh boy. We could really, maybe I should just reevaluate the way how I'm proccing stuff. Like, is it really that big of a deal for me to cast Bone Offering manually every 4 seconds? In terms of speed, it sounds like it's going to be slower in my head, but it'll actually be faster because movement speed, you know, with Cyclone is actually much slower. So even though I'm like, oh, but it's going to slow me down because I'm going to have to stop and cast. Mike says, could try to get a minion staff from the temple. Kind of goes against your block theme though. Yeah, it would definitely change, like, a lot about my block setup, right? I am yet to be max blocked, right? At the moment, I'm only 6960. So I'm not quite max blocked, but I'm fairly close to it. I feel like the amount of block that I have is a good amount of block. 2 fusings, an engineer orb, not bad. That's why I'm kind of like, I feel like block is the entire section of this build. And a big part of that is using Bone Offering. So I could pivot off of that. I just don't have a lot of currency right now to pivot off of that, to go and craft a whole bunch of other mechanics that I can rely on for defenses. So if I'm going to keep relying on block, it really becomes a question of how do I continually proc Spirit Offering. Not Spirit Offering, Bone. I keep calling it Spirit Offering because all last league it was Spirit Offering, but this league it's all Bone Offering. The Chosen, that's a good one, right? Skin of the Lords, yeah, that's actually really good. Hey, why farm a Tabula when I can just farm a Skin of the Lords, right? That'd be good. I'm actually glad I didn't fight this breach while I had Delirium going. It would have been ridiculously good for rewards, but it would have also probably killed me. Yeah. The damage is not there yet. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Welcome, welcome. I'm doing alright today, Kevin. My character isn't doing so hot. We're trying to figure out how to automate Bone Offering without using Fortify boots because we don't have access to the Elder yet in SSF. And I used up like nearly all of my chromatics trying to off-color a chess piece. It was a bad idea. It was a bad idea. I went all in, and I lost. On trying to off-color something for 2 greens, 2 blues, and a red. So that way we could be cycloning and desecrating and Spirit Offering. Oh, and, you know, supported by Fortify. Which right now, the only time we have Fortify up is when I shield charge. Which, again, is much, much faster than Cyclone to begin with. But my damage isn't good enough right now to say, oh yeah, sure, I can just be shield charging from pack to pack. Like, I shield charge into a pack, and it still takes my zombies a second to kill stuff, because we don't have a bunch of extra damage on there. I feel like I'm going to swap off of that Feeding Frenzy here pretty soon, too. What would I go in that spot? I guess that's where you go, I guess that's where you go red. You try to hit that as a red. And then you swap in multi-strike in there or something. That would be the ideal scenario. Whew! Man, I actually feel like SSF, like, I feel like it's gotten harder now that I've gotten to maps. Not just the difficulty, but like gearing, gear choices, upgrades. Like, I thought once I got to maps, it'd just be like, oh yeah, I mean, good rares are going to drop, and I'll just craft on those good rares, and we'll be good. Zombies will be good, because I'll have my entire setup. Like, no, like, the zombies are definitely slowing down in terms of what they're able to kill and clear. Definitely slowing down. This is like a wall that I have not hit for a while. Mike says, if you're going to use that many chromes on a chest, it should be a 6-socket IMO. That's a fair point. Maybe I should have tried to 6-socket a different chest. Chris says, find a way to spell slinger it. That way you can attach a curse onto your wand skill. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Mike says you can chaos and fuse it and not totally screw your build, unlike Chrome where you can fail big time. That's a good point. I am valuing currency in all the wrong way right now. That's a really good point, Mike. I'm valuing all of the right currency in the wrong ways. Didn't I do this as a Necro mission? No, I guess I didn't click it. Oops. Pier or wharf? I don't want those. I want more beach in Jungle Valley. Players have 20% reduced chance to block? Okay. We'll try it. So let's do this Jungle Valley, and then let's dive into some Delve. Jungle Valley, and we'll try to Delirium this guy. We will try it. We will see. I might rip here. You never know. I say that every single zone. I might rip here. On a scale of 1 to 10, guys, how often do I say I might rip here? Be honest. Give me some positive, critical feedback. Let's make the stream better together. Make Iron a better public speaker together. Is Iron saying every single instance, this instance may kill me, yes or no? On a scale of 1 to 10, how many times would you say Iron says things that are similar to, this instance might kill me? Yes or no, 1 to 10. Oh no, there go my zombies. I still have a couple of them. I still have a couple of them, you bastards. Ah! Okay, I'm running out of zombies. I'm literally running out of zombies. I got to tier 2 rewards before I ran out of zombies. I've run out of zombies. And these guys don't have corpses. Yeah, these guys don't have corpses. Oh, goodness. Nothing has a corpse in here for me to desecrate. Or to raise zombie off of. There we go. There's a couple of zombies. Alright, we got a couple. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's another zombie. There's another zombie. Good. Oh, an essence. Let's try this. That's a lot of ground effects. All right. Yeah, essence or zombie life is definitely a problem. Zombie survivability, zombie damage, definitely a problem at this point. Mike says every single zone. Toto, are you saying 3 times every single zone? Are you saying the factor of pi? Are you saying that's how many times I say it per zone? James Morey for America says, for my Necro, I'm using a claw with trigger socketed spells for offering curse. Sounds pretty smart. I'd have to go find that craft, though. And that craft is not cheap, from what I remember. Trigger socketed spell. You know, something I gotta say for Delirium, and I'm sure everyone says it every time they come back to play Delirium. There's just tons of monsters in Delirium maps. When maps are underneath Delirium, like, there's just a ton of monsters. They really are. Oh, where is it? Where is it? There it is. Doing its chaos damage. Get it! Alright, Underground Sea. Yeah. This is tough. Hey, what's up, Mr. Papa Pill? Zukarika says it's only 3 chaos. Yeah, that's pretty expensive. I think I have 2. I mean, I could farm the chaos recipe. Let's see where to find this. Is it an unveil? It takes 3 unveils of this mod to learn it. Yeah, so I need unveiled wands. Ugh! Oh, man. That means I gotta farm Jun. Jun is like the scariest thing. Maybe not for you guys, but for me. Jun is up there as one of the scariest things. Yeah. Alright, I mean, you gotta do it, right? You gotta do it. Alright, let's go farm some Delve. Let's go farm some Delve. We were doing okay in the Delve. Earlier, at least. Earlier in this character's life cycle, we were doing okay in the Delve. Alright, we've got 549 Delve juice. Let's continue to go down over here. I believe we actually want to get these Delve armor slots because they could drop with the +1 specters. I believe that's actually something that we want. Something that's really nice about Delve is there's always enough corpses. Always enough bodies. Thanks to the sheer amount of stuff in Delve. Monster density in Delve is always great. Was there ever an expansion that added a single, like, on its own, comparable amount of monster density? Like Delirium, maybe? But, like, Delve, obviously, it comes with its own, like, separate area. Maybe the Temple of Atzoatl? But the Temple of Atzoatl, like, depending on how you build your temple, can actually be pretty empty in terms of pack size. Oh, Nicholas says the Minion only node. Okay, so I need to find the Minion node. That's what I need to find. In Delve. Get that guy. Alright, there we go. Anything good in here? It's got 85 life, but it's corrupted. Could I use that? I think I need the fire and cold resistance right now. Oh, what the heck? Where did I lose cold resistance from? It must have been on that corrupted ring. I actually need some resistance. I'm glad I didn't die there. Holy moly. Look at me just smoking crack over here. Yikes. Having a breach on every map was nice. Yeah, breach was fantastic. That's a good point. It's good armor. It rolled life, but it rolled crap. So I don't need fire resistance right now. I do need cold resistance. There we go. Okay. Whew. That was a close one. Alright. Let's finish this off with Indomitable Army. Increased life. Additional physical damage reduction. Elemental resistances. And moving while bleeding. Okay. I think from here on out, we're just looking for minion damage nodes. I think that's pretty much what we're looking for from here on out. Cluster jewels that give us like a whole bunch of bonuses to minions. That would be good. Trying to think what else I could get on the passive tree that would even be beneficial. I mean, filling in the Silent Life Wheel is another, you know, what, 20% life? But at this point, it's not life that I need, it's damage. Like, there's a whole bunch of these delve monsters even that are getting away. Like the rare monsters, there you go. There's a rare monster. The rare monsters are getting away, not being killed, and that's where a lot of the XP is at, is on those rare monsters. Then again, I'm also not using any offensive auras. Well, I'm using Dread Banner, but my zombies aren't always exactly close to me, so... Oh gosh. That was close. Flying off into the darkness. Had to itch my nose. How did you lose your character? Well, my big nose needed to be itched. It's a long way for me to reach that big of a nose. Yeah, so maybe the banner's not so good. Maybe determination's not so good. I mean, determination is giving me a bunch of resistance against physical. Like, I'm at 50% Physmit, and that's with determination. So, if I get rid of determination, I'm going to lose a significant chunk of my physical damage mitigation. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting panicky. Like I'm tensing up. My amygdala is tensing up back here, and I'm starting to make worse decisions. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Speaking of panicky. Ah! Stay focused on the crawler. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Yeah, so that panicky sensation I was just having, still here. Still here. Oh boy. You might say it got amplified a little bit there. A little bit of rush of blood. That sounds like a good band name. There's got to be a band out there named Rush of Blood, right? Rush of Blood? That's got to be like a heavy metal band or something, right? I'm not using Flesh and Stone right now. I could be. If I swapped off some stuff. I'm using Determination and Arctic Armor. Yeah, Mike likes to make fun of me for taking off Sand Stance. As he well should. Ah! Watch out for the little explodey guys. Little dirty explodey guys. James says, someone in my guild made 65x from Delve Depth 75 only. Maybe they were a darkness runner, and they were just constantly regenerating the zone. Or refreshing the zone. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe we take off Arctic Armor. Alright, let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try getting rid of Arctic Armor. I thought I had a Flesh and Stone that was decently leveled. Am I still leveling it in my offhand? Where did I put it? Did I throw it away? Here it is. Whew. All right. So where is it that I'm going to put this? That was part of the problem. I remember now. I want to keep those guys on blood magic because I want to keep them spamming. I guess I can take out maim support. Let's try that. Let's see if that works any better. I mean, it's a big bummer that we're not going to be using maim, but what is that, 27%? Yeah. Oh, I could put fortify. I could put Fortify on my zombies. That'd be another way to increase zombie HP or survivability. It'd be at least one other way. All right. Let's go talk to Nico. Tell him we hate his guts. I mean, we love him. We love Nico. Where's my dump tab? Throw all this in my dump tab. Dump, 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 dump. Okay. Let's go over here. Oh, is it monster level 83 at depth 75? 175? Yeah, 175 sounds right. Where are we at? We're delve depth 33. So we're not exactly deep. Let's bring up our carrying golem. Shield charge the correct direction. Don't shield charge into the darkness. Oh my goodness. Wait for the crawler. Where's the crawler? Going this way. Alright, here we go. Making my way back to you, babe. What was doing damage to me there? Was it just the darkness? I think it was the darkness. Okay. We are relatively-ish far away from another level. Relatively-ish. And nothing. Yeah, so Blood Stance is going to help for those long-range hits. But I'm hoping not to get hit, or I'm sorry, Sand Stance is going to help with those long-range hits, but I'm hoping not to get hit just like period. And Arctic Armor provides you with a whole bunch of chill when you get hit. So, we'll see. We'll see how this works. If I die with this setup on, I know who to blame. Me. Probably because it had nothing to do with the gems, and it has everything to do with the fact that I have 7 zombies that do exactly this amount of damage. They do slightly more damage than my Cyclone. My Cyclone does about this much damage. My zombies do about this much damage. Now, when you think about that as a percentage, it's a lot, right? Man, those zombies must be so much better than your Cyclone. Yeah, but that's because of how bad my Cyclone is. It's not because my zombies are good. Oh, man. Alright, we got a unique ring. Take a look at that. It's exciting. Legion gloves. Take a look at those. Nope. 82 maximum life on boots. But that's all they have. They don't have life on them. Yeah, we're not using that. Ming's Heart. That's actually pretty interesting. Maybe I'll use that on a physical stacking build. Can I make it over here? Yes, we've got one more delve that we can do. Get some more azurite. There we go. Make sure we go in the right direction. That one wasn't so far. Start the encounter. And then I think we're going to go back to tier 1 maps. I think we'll just go to tier 1 maps until we hit level 90, right? Safest way to play an SSF? No, I would like to push up. Like, I wanted to push up into those tier 2s. But that wasn't going so hot. Why is this locked? What is the deal? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whoops. Chromatic, nice. Oh, minions, nice. All right, so I could use that onto a minion wand. That's actually pretty nice. Delve is safer XP than Delirium or maps. Yeah, I would say so. I love Delve. I love me some Delve. It don't get much better than Delve. Alright, do we have some maps in here? We do. Throw those maps away. Throw the currency away. Throw the essences away. This is a unique, so we're going to throw it in here, but I think eventually I'll throw it out. Hey, what's up, Chris? Welcome, Skiazo. Oh, you just crafted a Vitality Rare Army Amulet today. Good. Good. It's a good thing to get. Taco Mage says tier 1, Blood Aqua until 95. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Alright, so what kind of currency do I have to throw at something? The ideal scenario. Let's describe the ideal scenario. The ideal scenario would be that my chess piece would have +1 to specters. Until then, the ideal scenario would be a bunch of armor. Level 26 vitality. Nice. Very nice. Chris says, I love doing Delve 2. Need to do some research on it, though, as I'm pretty new and I have no idea what I'm doing. Hey, that sounds like me. I'm just a few thousand hours into the game. I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, let's move Desecrate over here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do some reading on Spellslinger and some testing on Spellslinger, because I actually haven't done anything with Spellslinger in the past. So maybe that's something that I should start looking at, is trying to get a Spellslinger trigger setup going. Alright, let's go do this. Which one? Let's go do the beach map. Look at it. This thing's got 5 quality on it. All monster damage from hits always ignites. Let's go do some Einhar beasts on this thing. Let's go see. Is this the one that we ripped to? Is this it? Is this the end? Is this the real beach? Or is this fantasy? Caught in an atlas. No escape from insanity. Alright, here we go. Delirium beach map. Let's see if we die right away. Oh, we got a cluster jewel! What is that dude? That dude is big. You see that dude? That dude is big. Let's go pick up the cluster jewel. Oh, holy moly. Dude is big. Hit the big guy, yo. Hit the big guy. There we go. Nice job. Oh gosh, porcupines. What if I would have died right then and there? That would have just sucked. How did you die? Porcupines tier 1 map. I do say it every zone, don't I? I literally say it every single zone. Another cluster jewel! We're getting so rich! Morty, real quick, let's run a tier 1 beach map. Morty, real quick. Morty, I gotta run a tier 1 beach map real quick. Okay, that was a red beast back there. I don't think I'm killing anything at this point. No, I don't think things are dying. I see nothing dying right now. Except maybe me. Oh, I see my zombies dying. Yeah, my zombies are dying. So that's nice. Whoa, hey! What is this? Why are you still shooting stuff from Kosis? Shouldn't be shooting stuff from Kosis no mo. Should be done, dude. Alright, what do we get? We got a 2-stone ring and a silver coin? That's what we got? For that amount of danger? I risked my life for that silver coin. Alright, let's put up a decoy totem. There you go. Feast your eyes on that, you monster. Alright, we caught a beast. That was the yellow beast. Here is the red beast. He's actually got less HP. Okay, this yellow beast is inhabited by a tormented spirit, so be careful. Come on, Einhard. There we go. Thank you, buddy. Oh no, this is okay. This is actually the stuff. Cartographer, simulacrum, regal, armorsmith's delirium. There we go. Oh, is this bone helmet? That's actually a good helmet. That's actually a build relevant unique. It's got more HP. That's interesting. That's actually a relevant unique. It's relevant for keeping my zombies alive. As well as my specters. What is it? Red and green, I think? Because it's evasion. It doesn't have plus to minions on it. If it had plus to minions on it, it would probably still actually see usage. Whoa, hey now. He dropped me nothing. Okay, sounds good. That sounds fair. He wasn't under the delirium influence, so... I love that tier 1 maps are taking me like 10 minutes to run. Oh my goodness. My Pathfinder on standard just giggles at this. Oh man. Speaking of stupid stuff, do you guys want to see something stupid? Do you guys want to see something silly? Let's go put this over here. I can show you guys something stupid here. Okay, let's drop this. Whoops, let's drop this. Yeah, no, this goes in our D1. Okay, all this stuff goes in here. All right, we got some cluster jewels. What do we get? Lightning damage and physical damage. A 9 passive and an 11 passive. All right, let's go drop this stuff off. We got our first delirium. Our first delirium drop and our first delirium jewels. All right, let's go look at something stupid. So this morning when I woke up, I was like, you know what I should do? I really should go min-max my chieftain on standard. And he's he's not even close to being min-maxed at this point in time. However, this is what he looks like in town. 16k ES. So this is part of the reason why I played around with this a little bit this morning. Swapping over to the SSF environment is a bit different. It's a bit different. This is what I am with my level 20 discipline aura up. We're up to 21,000 energy shield. We've got 2,600 strength. and we use a terrible skill, Blade Vortex, as our skill. What should we do here? Let's go fight in Atziri. Just for fun. Just for fun. This is the difference. The difference between SSF and the accumulation of the sum total of your account's wealth and standard. Oh no! Misclick. Classic. Classic iron misclick. Alright. Away we go with our 21,000. There we go. Like, look at this. We can just stand in anything we want. We can just stand in here. Doesn't matter. Like, our damage bar doesn't even move. Now, granted, this is the temple of just regular Atziri. So it's what? Level 70? So most of this stuff isn't going to hurt us anyway, right? But we can just come through here. Do. Go fight the Vol over souls. And it's quite nice. This is what I was doing when I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning. It was just like, you know what I should do? I should go mess around with my strength stacker on standard for my Marauder. Now his gear is pretty good. That's a pretty good belt for strength stacking. Those are pretty good. Shaper's Touch. Curse enemies with level 10 temporal hit, or temporal chains. He's pretty good. Pretty good. His damage is atrocious. But who needs damage? When you've got Vol Righteous Fire, right? Who needs damage? Oh man. Atziri and her ignites, they hurt a little bit. They do actually hit the energy shield. They do require the energy shield to start recharging a bit. Unless I was dreaming this morning. Maybe I was just completely out of it and just totally dreaming. Oh no, I'm bleeding. Oh no. Oh no. Boom. Down you go. Now on the one hand you might say, Iron, when you've got a character with that much energy shield, you shouldn't die to anything. To which I simply say, you clearly haven't watched me mechanically play this game and fail. This character could probably die to lab traps since I'm the one piloting it. Oh man, it's pretty great. I guess those guys just aren't taking damage, or I'm lagging. That's what it is. I'm lagging. That makes more sense. Like standing in the middle of a pack, like, wait, do I not have enough accuracy? Wait, I'm using Blade Vortex. Spells don't need accuracy. What the heck? Alright, let's go fight the big lady. The big lady herself. Marcelo says, why not go low life to get some auras for more damage? Because this character's not about getting low life. This character was all about strength stacking. This is the tree, by the way. I suppose I'm right next to Pain Attunement, so I could do it. But then I would have to go Shavs or something. Or I'd have to go, what is it? Coward's Legacy. Or I'd have to use Blood Magic to socket some stuff. Which I suppose I could do that. I could do Blood Magic and then just socket some stuff. Alright, which one doesn't have the mirror? Does this one have the mirror? Oh no! We got hit! Oh no! Oh, so this, fellas, this is why when I popped on to Solo Self-Found today, I was like, huh! I think I need to play it a bit more carefully, a bit more close to the chest today. Because doing this on standard, absolutely stupid for damage and for regen and for HP. Absolutely stupid. Can I actually just turn on RF? Yeah, I can turn on RF, can't I? Oh, maybe not. Why can't I turn on RF right now? That's actually really weird. I could set this guy up just to be a Righteous Fire, like Scorching Ray guy, instead of Blade Vortex. Is she dead yet? Not yet. Oh! I actually died. Speaking of dying, look at that. In a regular Enziri. So there you go. In her final form, she can actually kill me. Oh, with 21,000 energy shield. I think Righteous Fire was actually burning. I think that was a visual bug. You guys see this? Like, I'm clicking it. I think that's a visual bug. I think it's actually burning. Yeah. That's super weird. Oh boy. Well, I did have this working earlier today. Why is it not working now? Oh boy. Alright, so that is our silliness for the day. Pretty good silliness, right? Pretty good, worth a laugh or two. Alright, so let's summarize where we're at. That's PoE. Oh, you think I got the Reflect one. Maybe that's why. The Reflect one would just instantly pop me. That would actually make a lot of sense. Yeah, I hit the wrong statue. There we go. That would make a lot of sense. Alright, so on this character, I think the goal needs to be to swap over our Ray Spectre to be a better damage option until we can get some more gem levels into zombies. I think that's why. I mean, Zuka, I was using it literally earlier today, and it was fine. So, not sure what was going on there with that visual bug. So I think on this character, I think what we're going to do is we're going to figure out a way. I think we're going to figure out a way to get Spectres going as our main DPS, to get zombies going as our backup DPS, and then we need a way to just be triggering Bone Offering on a regular basis, and it doesn't have to be through Cyclone. Maybe Spellslinger will actually be a better way to do that. So, with all that being said, I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out today on the stream. Tomorrow we are getting new dog. A new dog is joining the family. So I have no idea what that's going to do to the rest of the week. Because of that, I've already shot our featured build discussion of the week, and I'm going to edit it throughout the week and then post that later on this week. Got a couple other discussions that I'd like to get through throughout the week. But a new puppy is going to change a whole bunch about our lives. So anyway, all that being said, thank you so much for joining us on today's stream. Thank you so much for all of your comments, all of your participation, and for making this a wonderful, wonderful time together. Despite the fact that this is a crazy, crappy character that at some point will die sooner rather than later. So we will be back with more from live from G3 Iron whenever it is that the puppy and the family allow me to get away and steal some hours to dump into this crappy character, Dumbest Draconis. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today, and I hope today is the day a Mirror of Calandra drops for you.